it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is another live stream here on Oak Bridge Farm. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Holy smokes, has it been a roller coaster of a day. I mean, the emotions have been up and down, up and down, up and down. And then, of course, we're almost a week and a half away from the move. There is just so much going on. I am physically, mentally just drained. But I will say, everything ended on a high note. Everything ended on a high note, so we are good to go there. But it has been one heck of a day. And for anybody who owns pets, I think you'll understand exactly where I'm coming from. Let's go ahead and see what everybody's saying out there in chat. So we got Jonah starting us out strong with the $1.99 super chat. Says first. Jonah, of course you're first. Of course. But it's okay. It's all great. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Pippa, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hi, BDD Gaming. Hi there, Pippa. Also, Jonah, also hope that you're having a fantastic day as well. Can't forget that. Will T Gaming, the FS Encyclopedia. Will, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says third. We got Reaver Time Todd. Reaver, how you doing? Hope you're having a great one as well. Says fourth. Be with you now. I love the enthusiasm there, Reaver. We are one day away from May the 4th. One day away. Pippa also says, how is everyone today? And hi to Will T Gaming. Doing fantastic. Now that the day is starting to settle out and everything's, kind of getting to an even keel, doing good. Doing much, much better. Jonah says, hey everyone, let the countdown begin. Awesome, awesome. Pippa also says hi to Jonah. Jonah says hi to Pippa. We got Ken. How you doing? Hope you're having a great one as well. Says, hey, what up, people? What up, Ken? We got Jonah saying, Ken. Samuel, how's it going? Hope you're having a great one as well. Says, hi, BDD, y'all, or happy Saturday night, y'all. Happy Saturday night, Samuel. Hope you're having a great one so far. Ken says, downloaded the Louisiana map last night. Really like it. I 100% agree. That Louisiana map really kind of took me by surprise. I was not expecting it, but as I'm sitting there kind of doing my tour on it, I'm like, huh, okay, I like that. I like this. I like the other thing. This is actually, and it just, as I'm going around, I'm liking it more. I'm liking it like, oh yeah, this is solid. This is solid. I liked it a lot. Jonah says, my week has also been up and down, up and down. Oh man, well, hopefully you're ending on an up note there, Jonah. Keep our fingers crossed on that one. Samuel says, next week, Sunday, what to? Oh, so, let me think. So, the way the schedule is going to work out is next week ought to be kind of like what we've been seeing here recently, where things are kind of, depending on Giants and all that kind of stuff. After next week, so starting probably on Friday is likely when I'm going to be going on my hiatus, where I'm going to be starting to really hit it hard with the packing. That's going to be the big stuff. That's going to be like the couches and the chairs and dressers and all that kind of stuff. So that following Monday is when we actually pick up the pod, or not the pod, the U-Haul. And we're going to, load that up. I've got all hands on deck. I've got my brother-in-law coming down. I've got my buddy, down south of us here. I've got my father-in-law coming down. Like, I've got so many people. I've got my other brother-in-law. Well, we call him our brother-in-law. He's not technically brother-in-law, but he gets that status regardless. And, yeah, so, I mean, we just got so many things, so many people just coming on over, and we're just going to start slamming everything into that U-Haul and getting ready for Wednesday the 14th. Wednesday the 14th is the big day, and that's when everything's like all Hades is going to break loose. And going to be under a lot of stress, but we're going to get through it. I'm going to get the new studio all set up, get everything up and running there. And once everything's up and running, then we're going to be hitting the channel hard. Going to be hitting it really, really hard. I'm hoping to be able to get back to a more level-headed kind of scheduling, to where we're able to kind of better get people back into streams, get people like that's the hardest thing was I'm able to kind of set up and take like 5 minutes to set up like a stream schedule, but I can't like sit there and chase like other members to be able to get them to come on the streams. It's been really, really difficult to coordinate anything, which also includes things like the farm sim talks and all that stuff. That's going to be picking back up as soon as the move is complete and the studio's back up and running and we're all kind of moved and settled in. So really looking forward to that. Let's see. We got... I think Reaver says, but I was the 4th in the stream and I'm with you now. This is true. This is true. No, I do like the kind of... Is that... What's the right word for that? Where it's like a double meaning, like double entendre. Is that what it means? Is that the right word? Anyways, let's see. Jonas says, "Is tonight the night, Todd?" Samuel says, "Prayers for your family, all moving safe." I appreciate that, Samuel. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so very, very much. How about we get rocking and rolling with some farm sim? As we all remember where we last left off, we had the fertilizer shed that we installed back here behind the cow barn, and it is up and running. We got digestate here, but we are going to have this as a precursor for the other products that we're going to make here from the cow barn, because as you can see, the fertilizer plant will take digestate, it'll also take manure, and it'll take slurry, and we can make solid fertilizer out of it. And the great thing about that is we can keep some of it, but we also set up a long time ago a sell point that was the sell-all sell point. So I actually have a place where I can sell the solid fertilizer. I renamed it to the Cotswold Exports here, and you can see we're going to be able to get a ton of money per 1,000 liters. That's why I love solid fertilizer. Really, solid, liquid, it doesn't matter, but solid is a lot easier in transport because you just need a regular trailer, and oftentimes, unless you're getting into big semi-trucks and things like that, you really kind of get limited as the amounts that you can carry. So this is, I prefer to produce solid fertilizer to then turn it into as a kind of sale bait to really rack up some cash quick. But unfortunately, I'm really kind of disappointed how fast this particular production point is moving, which is also why I'm looking forward to getting these other portions of the production up and running. But that means that we need cows, and that also means we need TMR. Now, we're kind of waiting for that barley field, this barley that we planted up here for all that straw. Once that straw is done, then we can send it over to the fermenting silo to make it into TMR. But until then, we're just kind of hanging on and kind of going from there. Let's see. Samuel also says, next week, Sunday, happy Mother's Day, on date May 11th. Yes. So definitely got some plans for the missus on that one. Reaver says to Jonah, let's hope so. All right, well, we'll see how things go. Jonah says, I'm using that same mod right now. Nice. And Ken says, I downloaded that Louisiana map before I saw your map tour BDD. LOL. Almost as good as Alma. It's really up there. It's really up there. I do like it. Now let's go ahead and get this rocking and rolling. So we got a stone picking contract. We got for some reason, a hoeing contract with nothing to hoe. As you can see, there is literally nothing in the field. So we got some phantom hoeing to do. So let's let that go. And then we have a sowing contract that is set up for cotton. So I don't know if we're going to have to do a lot of back and forth running around for this one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much seed is going to be used up. So we're just going to set the workers off. And then right now we need to, let's see, we need to look at how this is going. So we took all the grass that we got in all the fields and we put it into here. Now what we need to do is get the fields back up and running. So, whoops, that's the wrong button. So what I want to see is, do any of these need plowing? They do not. Rolling. Okay, so it doesn't need limed. It just needs a layer of fertilizer. So what I can do is I can go ahead and get my hands on a fertilizer spreader and just kind of go to town. That's my plan. Let's see. We got Taco de Groot. Taco, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic one so far. Says good evening. And Jonah says Groot. Let's see. Jamie Heath, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, hi, I'm running a dedicated server on this map. We have 4,000 pigs, 8,000 beef, and 1,000 milkers, 260 buffalo. We're on day 22 and over 536 hours. Jamie! Woo! That is impressive. That's really impressive. We got Will with the yo, what up? We got what up, Will? How you doing? We got Jamie says, I live 10 minutes away from Colmston. Oh, now that's cool. Samuel says, I'm my mom and dad's wedding on date January 14th, 1986. Years ago, next month, happy anniversary, 39 on date. Wow, 39 years. That's amazing, Samuel. That's awesome. Jamie just subscribed. Thank you, Jamie. I greatly appreciate it. Taco says, BDD, for cows, hay is enough for them to get to 100% health. TMR just gets a little bit more milk, but takes about 3 years to break even with the equipment. I gotcha. Luke, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic one so far. Says, hello, Dave. Hello, Luke. We got Ken. For me, 4 days to go for precision farming to drop. Can't wait. Oh, same here. You know what, Taco? That's actually not a bad idea. Because at bare minimum, I can get them up and running and start producing manure and everything else. Let me go ahead and grab a trailer. I like your thought process. Let's see. I don't have a trailer. I don't think. Let me just double check this. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I have nothing right now. All right, so we need to get a trailer. All right, so we're going to run up to the shop. We're going to grab a trailer. We're going to just get it all filled up with hay. And from there, we'll just dump it in. We'll get some cows. I wonder if I ought to... Actually, how many cows does it show me? Oh, of course it doesn't. Cow shed. Yeah, it doesn't show me how many cows fit in there. That's all right, though. We'll grab the trailer, and then we'll figure it out from there. I might even grab an animal trailer. I might lease an animal trailer and actually do the transporting myself. Ooh, we might get a little wild up in here. Do some transporting, do some... we gotta do some fertilizing. We got stuff to do. We are keeping ourselves busy tonight. So no, like I was saying earlier, it has been a roller coaster of a day today. So actually, technically it started yesterday. Oh, I could use this trailer. This is the stone trailer. Why can't I use this? Can I use this? Why couldn't I? Save me some money. So anyways, it started yesterday. So yesterday I had noticed that my dog, the little guy there, Jack, he was not feeling 100%. He had a little bit of an upset tummy. So as he was, going outside and doing his business, you could kind of see that he was, without getting too graphic, he was, doing the squirts. And yeah, it kind of led into, him needing to be let out every hour, every 2 hours, and it was just an absolute nightmare. And that's how it all kind of started. Trying to stay on top of him. He's, unfortunately, he's got an upset tummy, so he's making messes in the house, and the whole nine. So I'm sitting there having to clean up messes and all that stuff, and it was just an absolute rough day. Well, then, lead into the evening. He ends up deciding that he doesn't want to eat. So that's very, very abnormal. Like, he's the kind of dog where the moment you even start going for the food bowl, he just leans down, I lean down to grab the food bowl, and he's all over it. He hears those bowls rattle because I got his bowl and I got his sister's bowl, And the moment I pick him up, they start rattling against each other, and he just perks up. He runs over and he starts jumping. He'll jump about hip height and jump, 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 and that's all he'll do is just sit there and jump. His sister's the mouthy one. She'll sit there and start barking, and it's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, nice. So we got hay. And yeah, yesterday he wasn't having it whatsoever, and I just chalked it up. Okay, it's because of him, not feeling good, having diarrhea and all that. Thinking, okay, it is what it is. There's not a whole lot else we can do, but it's what we can do at the moment. And we go to bed, and we're expecting, him to, kind of hold out throughout the night and all that stuff. Well, at some point, because he sleeps in the bed with us, and more specific, he sleeps in the bed with me. He's like right on top of me as I sleep. And at some point, he must have snuck off the bed and ran out to the living room, because we end up waking up the next morning, and it looked like a crime scene. Like, there was, unfortunately, again, I apologize for it kind of being a little graphic, but just blood. There was like feces and blood everywhere in the living room. And that's like, oh crap. Like, this is bad. This is really, really bad. So we end up, we're calling around to all the local animal hospitals, and everything's like, can you see my dog? Can you see my dog? Can you see my dog? 'Cause in the area that I'm in, the animal hospitals, like, you don't need an appointment or anything like that, but the one place that is like an actual walk-in clinic had literally closed about an hour and a half before we had woken up and saw this. So we're just sitting there calling around to all the local vets, and finally one of them recommended an actual animal hospital I didn't even know existed. I was only aware of, the daytime clinics, which is like our normal vet that we take them to. And then the other ones were the nighttime emergency stop-ins. And they only open during the nights and on the weekends, when the normal animal veterinarians are closed on their normal days. Well, we end up, I'm calling around, and they finally suggest this one place, and they're like a dedicated animal ER. I'm like, I had no idea they were around, that they even existed. So I'm like, this is awesome. So I go and take him up there, and I'm dreading it. I'm just fearing the absolute worst, because, I mean, like I said, it was quite a bit, and he's a small dog. So I'm worried. I'm very, very scared for my dog. And rush him up to the vet, and they look him over, and they're like, oh, well, how old is he? Is he up to date on his shots? Yes, he's anyway. And unfortunately, we don't know his exact age, because he was kind of a hand-me-down from my wife's grandfather. He ended up passing, and that was his dog when he passed, and we ended up just adopting him. Well, we ended up kind of estimating between 10 to 12 years old. So because of his age, the doctor's like, oh boy, that's not good, blah, blah, blah. We need to do a blood test, and we need to do this, we need to do that. Like, this whole battery of stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever it takes, let's do it. Let's figure it out. And they end up, going, taking him back and doing a blood draw and all that stuff. And she comes back, and she's like, well, it could be this, it could be that, it could be like all these different things that she's kind of like, hinting around at, all the kind of like worst case scenarios that's kind of popping in her head. And she's like, but we'll be able to tell based on the blood test. I'm like, okay, well, let's figure it out. Let's go from here. And she's like, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm like, perfect. So we end up, let's see, 1,200. Am I even going to save? Because I can fit 50 cows in that barn. That's what? If it's $100 per cow, 50 cows, that's $5,000. Is my math mathing? I think my math is mathing. Calculator. So 50 times. No, I said times. $5,000. Okay. So I'd either pay $5,000 if I got all 50 cows, or I would lease this for $1,000 and I would save the difference between the two. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that. So we'll be doing a fair bit of running back and forth at 6 cows per. But actually, I was actually kind of a short-sighted thought because we only have $117,000 right now. Anyways, so she's basically bracing me on like all the worst case scenarios. Like this could be, it could be this, it could be that, and the other thing. And it's like, okay, well, you know, they have to tell me what like all the kind of worst case scenarios could be, especially because of his age. And they do the blood draw, they do the diagnostics and all that stuff, and they come back and she's like, everything here is perfect. The only thing that she kind of even balked about was his liver was slightly elevated, which she's like, okay, well, that's not, you know, outside of the realm of normal, especially for his age. So she's like, give him these and he's going to be fine. So she gave him like this little vial that's supposed to, you know, help harden his excrement. And then from there, you know, kind of go from there. And she was like, so I asked her, it's like, so what is this? Like, why is he like, I mean, why am I not more concerned at this point? Because he's bleeding. Like, what's going on? She's like, oh, well, it's colitis. I'm like, what now? And she's like, it's colitis. It's an inflammation of the large intestine. This happens sometimes if they get a hold of something that just doesn't sit right in their stomach and whatnot. So this can be a normal kind of thing. Like this. Sorry, you said bleeding is normal. That no. That's. She's like, okay, well, in the world of vet medicine, it's normal. It can happen. Kind of thing. It's like if they pick up something from outside and they eat it and it just messes with their stomach or whatever the case may be, it can and does happen. Where am I going? Am I even going the right way? I don't think I am. I think they're down in the southwest corner. The animal dealer. Yeah, the animal dealer is in the southwest. Okay. So I'm not really. I'm kind of taking the really long way around. That's all right. So anyways, yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with is like, you know, I woke up this morning and like a panic. And here's the thing is my wife was the one who actually woke up first. She woke up and she comes over and she starts like shaking me almost violently. She's like, wake up, something's wrong with the dog. Wake up. I'm like, what? And I'm just all groggy because I ended up staying up until about 2:30-ish in the morning last night, working on the map tour for Louisiana map. And then all of a sudden, you know, she's shaking me awake about 7:30 is if I remember right. So it was one of those like I'm like groggy, half awake, and she's like, something's wrong with the dog. You gotta go take him in. You gotta take him in. And yeah, it was just it was nuts. It was a rough way to wake up this morning, and then you know, with obvious ramifications and all that stuff. So thankfully everything's fine. He's fine. So you know. All good. Let me get over to the animal dealer. I'll pick up my first load of cows, and then we will catch up with the chat here, because I see I am way behind. So I will I'll catch up here in just a second. So yeah, like I said, it was just one of those kind of days where it started off really, really rough, but then, you know, the doctor's like, no, everything's fine. You know, there's nothing on the blood draw that would give us any inclination that he's, you know, in distress or that he's hurting or that he's hurt. You know, and the other thing is she's like trying to grab him by the abdomen and, you know, just kind of, you know, tugging on his belly to see if there's any pain or anything like that. He doesn't let out like any yelps or squeaks or anything like that. So she's like, okay, well, that's good. That's a good thing that he's not in pain. You know, that would indicate that there's actually some like internal damage or, you know, things along those lines. And it's like, okay. So she's like, yeah, I mean, this stuff happens. It's, you know, kind of, you know, common in dogs, especially as they get older. So I'm like, okay, well, I was not aware of the commonality of, you know, bleeding from, you know, that region. Okay, so let's pick up our cows. Do I want adults or do I want babies? Or maybe I can do a combination. Maybe I can do... Okay, so it's 1,200. Oof. That does cost a lot of money. You know what? Yeah, let's stagger them. We'll do a load of 6. 6 babies. I just want to see the little babies. Look at that. They're so adorable. They're cute. Oh, hey. Oh, they're just sweeping. Baby. Anyways. Alright, let's catch up with the chat, like I said. Let's see. We got... Will says, 4 more days until precision farming. Oh yeah, can't wait. Luke says, just got off work. Very nice, that's awesome. Will says, what up, Luke? Samuel, nope. We got Jonah says, more than 1 cow will fit in there. Yes, that's why I have 6. Will says, Jamie, stay tuned for tomorrow. Absolutely. We got Jamie says, hi, Will, what's happening tomorrow? Will says, BDD and myself have a FS show called Agribusiness tonight. We do. And Jamie says, okay, is that on this channel? It's on my channel as well as Will's. Will says, it is where we talk about mods, news, and everything FS related. His and mine. Jamie also says, my build is on field... Wow. My build is on field 10 with my milkers and beef, field 5 with the main yard and pig shed. That's awesome. Let's see. So one thing, Jamie, that we do here is we do screenshot sharing. So if you're at all interested, feel free to reach out to me either on Discord, Facebook, Instagram, any one of those. And if you're interested, send me screenshots of your farm build there, and I will show it here on the actual channel page. I actually have a few screenshots lined up from Will T Gaming to show off later on. So if you're interested, that is something that we do around here. Let's see. Will also says, OBDD LR Modding has 4 mods with giants right now. Oh, nice. Also says all John Deere mods. Very nice. Jamie says we're waiting on the waiting to aim for over 20,000. Woo! That's a lot of pork. Let's see. Whoa. The chat just skipped around on me. I'm trying to find where it was. Okay. Jeannie says, nope. Jonah says, April showers bring Mayflowers, but what do Mayflowers bring? Pilgrims. That's funny, Jonah. That's nice. Been a while since I've done a dad joke. Yeah, it has. Will says, Jonah. Jamie says, if anybody wants to check out the Mega Farm, my mate streams on there, but don't want to plug his channel without the go ahead, bud. Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind. Jonah, I sent you a message. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's because Jonah jumped in there. Sorry, I'm trying to read what their message wrote out. So let's see. We be way behind. Way behind? Way behind. Yes, way behind. Doesn't help that you two are jumping in like that. We got Reaver says, wait a 14 second. Wait a second. 14 watching, but only 4 likes. Come on, people. We can do better for BDD. I appreciate that, Reaver. Yes, hit that like button if you like what you're seeing so far. Greatly appreciate it. Helps out an absolute ton. Thank you very, very much. Samuel says, my dogs passed away a year 2000, 2010, 2017, 2019, 20... Oh, man. That's really rough. That is the worst part about being a pet owner, is knowing that you're going to have to be there for that end part of it. It's awful. Jonah says, cute camera alert. Yes. Right? Right? Let's see. Will says, agreed, Todd. Everyone smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, don't forget to share it. Greatly appreciate it. Luke says, hi Will, sorry I missed it. Gotcha. All right, so we are all caught up. Let's get to rocking and rolling here. Let's deliver these cuteness, these baby cows. Let's come deliver ooh, that's cute. Let's see what's gonna be the best way. Yeah, we're just going to go this way. This will be fine. So yeah, we're gonna go deliver these little guys. We will also empty out that hay, because that's something we need to do. You know, I might just run around in first person for a little while. Why not? See, and I know Todd and Jonah have something up their sleeves, and it's driving me nuts. I'm not one for surprises. It's not that I don't like surprises. I love surprises, but I don't handle the anticipation. I'm such a child when it comes to things like that. Christmas, I'm terrible at Christmas. When I was growing up, my parents, they used to love being able to put out presents early before I got old enough to start begging them to start opening presents, because they would put them out like a week or so beforehand, and then I'm like, come on, let's open presents, No, you gotta wait for Christmas. Come on, I want to open presents. And finally I annoyed them so much they started letting me just open them early, and after that year, never again. They never put out presents early. So so yeah, needless to say, I don't handle surprises well. Alright, let's back this bad boy up. We're gonna have some cows. Oh. Hey, no, stop. There we go. And we got cows. We got baby cows. All right. This is awesome. We got some babies. So now we do have a chicken pasture over there, but we don't have... Oh, that's right. We're waiting for the barley on that one. So... Oh, yeah. So that'll be good for the moment. So now what I need to do... I need to take this over to... Oh, hi there, puppy. Don't run over the pooch. What are you doing off the farm? So I need to take this over because I'm sure the worker is full over at the stone picking. Well, yeah, it's only at 16%. Of course he's full. So I'll take this over so at least he has something to unload into, and then I'll come back and grab the animal trailer and continue... There we go. To load up with more cows. Let me think. So it's going to be quite a few trips. So yeah, once we get all the cows all packed away, I'm trying to decide if I want to... I just want to go with all babies, or do I... Maybe just do 6... Maybe 6 babies, 6 mids. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's see. So where is this stone picker at? There he is. What the? What kind of workmanship is this? And for those who remember the last live stream, we just installed that one kind of concrete silo that we're going to be able to store all these stones in. So that's going to be a nice little option going forward. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this trailer off to the side over here. Just like that. And now, head back, grab the trailer, and go from there. Whoa, hey, there's a telephone pole there. Do a little do-si-do around the telephone pole. Let's see. So the hoeing contract's at 81%. The sowing's at 63%. So that's good. At least the... I'm actually shocked with the size of that field that it still has seeds to be able to place down. I might just run over there just to see how much seeds we have left. Maybe? I don't know. So yeah, we are rapidly approaching the move. I'm excited. At this point, I'm finally starting to let it settle in that we're leaving here. This is something I've been wanting for so long to get out of this area. So this area that I'm in, it's not the greatest of areas. And the county that I'm in is the #1 subsidized county when it comes to homelessness. So the individuals who are, on homelessness, homelessness subsidies and stuff like that, they get the absolute most any other county by far in the entire state of Florida. And which means that we have a large population of homeless people in this immediate area. I was actually just going out to my sister-in-law's house right before the stream started, and we ended up, well, she is starting a new job on Monday, and she ended up getting all of her computer equipment for her job. And they ended up giving her a really nice setup. They gave her a laptop. They gave her a little docking station and a pair of monitors so she can work. And she apparently tried for like 2 hours to get this entire setup up and running. And she finally texted me this morning. She's like, "Hey Dave, can you swing by sometime either today or tomorrow and help me set up my laptop or set up my computer, because for some reason I can't get it to work. I've been working on it for hours this morning." And I'm like, yeah, of course I can, I can help out. This is something I do all the time, is dealing with computers and the kind of hardware side of computers and stuff, like hooking them up and making sure they're functioning properly. It's actually what I used to do for the company I work with now, before I kind of moved into the kind of data analytics and all that stuff. Was one of my kind of side gigs within the office was, to set people up, set up new hires and all that stuff with their hardware equipment. All right, let's get, 6 of these guys. Now these medium ones, I'm curious on what these ones look like. Let's unfold this one too. Let's take a look. These are the mediums. Oh, they're all standing. Little cow booties. There we go. All right, let's check out the chat here again one more time. We got... Let's see. Will says, "Agreed, Todd. Everyone smash that like..." No, I read that already. Will says, "I've been down all day today." Oh, no. Well, let's pick you back up there, Will. Will says, "It's just been one of those days." You know what? Positivity. We're going to get you back up. By the end of the stream, dude, 100% going to make a complete 180. Let's do this. Let's see. Pippa with all the custom emojis. Thank you very much, Pippa. We got Jamie says, "Okay, nice. Thank you. Please can yourself or a mod plug your Discord. I'll join. My mate's YouTube channel is Dirty Nilsson. He only streams on my mega farm." Awesome. Yeah. Feel free to join the Discord as well. I've got it linked in the description below, and feel free. We got a self promo page there, so you can also do the self promos there as well if you want. We got Jonah with the looks like someone should have been on the naughty list. Uh-oh. Will says, "That's one screenshot I sent to BDD is my favorite with the sunset." I haven't even had a chance to look at them yet, but I did download them, so they will be on the stream later on there, bud. Let's see. Will says, "Jonah, LOL." Taco says, "Yeah, the hardest thing about having pets is saying goodbye." 100%. That is the absolute worst part about being a pet owner, is knowing that you will outlive them. Almost assuredly. Unless like you're my wife's grandfather's case, where he basically got a puppy when he was in his latter stages of life. So that's really going to be the only kind of X factor at that point. But it was one of those that when he passed, everybody kind of knew that, hey, we've got dogs. And at the time we had 2 dogs of our own, and we really didn't want much to do about anything when it came to getting a 3rd dog. But it was one of those, like, basically the family told us, like, nobody in the family is willing to take them, and if you don't take them, we're taking them to the pound. And it's like, oh, great, so it's either us or bust. And it's like, you know what, I mean, yeah, we don't necessarily want a 3rd dog, but at bare minimum, let's give it a try. Let's see if he kind of meshes and gels with the other 2 that we had at the time. And sure enough, he was very standoffish when we first got him, but now he's the goodest of good boys. He really is. Like, he's come such a long way. Like, when we first got him, nobody, including myself, my wife, could touch him. Like, you go up and try and even acknowledge him being in the room, he would go running away, kind of thing. And now he's actually laying here right at my feet and just kind of hanging out and doing his thing. So thankfully, like I said, he's seems to be feeling so much better today. Like I mentioned yesterday, he didn't really want to eat, which is very, very unusual for him. And today we ended up giving him his dinner, and he woofed it down as he always does. Like he always will sit there and just kind of scarf down his food, and he's very happy about happy when it's dinner time, kind of thing. And he started doing his jumping bean routine, as he tends to do. Oh yeah, look at that. We got us some cows. Awesome. Let's see. So 12. Do we want a couple of adults? I'm kind of thinking we're going to get us some adults. That just dawned on me. Pretty sure. Okay, milk. Whew. I'm like, uh-oh. Did I just get all these cows and it's a beef pen? I had to think about it for a second. I had to go confirm. It's like, oh no, is this a beef barn? Like, no. Oh, that would have been awful. It's like, oh, I'm getting all these dairy cattle and I can't dairy them. Oh, hey, there's a thing. There's things in my way. There we go. Let's see. So let's go ahead and... But no, like I said, though, he started out very standoffish, didn't want nothing to do with anybody, and now he sleeps with us. He sleeps in the bed, mainly sleeps with on my side of the bed, because my wife, she just, she very mobile at night, and he learned very quickly, because he originally wanted to sleep with her, but because she rolls and like readjusts and does like all this kind of movement at night, he realized that that's rather dangerous for him. So as a moment of self-preservation, he decided, you know what, hey, easy. Ay. I'm telling you, I need to get me a crash counter. Need to do it, because we would be at what, two so far. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's get this over. Let's check out the chat one more time. We got Samuel says, breaking news, tornado warning at Georgia. Oh no. Well, anybody in Georgia there, stay safe, keep your head down, and man, that's scary. I remember because when I lived in Georgia, I lived just north of Atlanta in a town called Roswell. I say town, but it was a city. It was a full-blown city. And there was actually a tornado that went ripping through in my time that was there, just north of Forsyth, which is in between Macon and Atlanta. And we ended up leaving, going back to Florida to visit my family. Well, visit all our family, because all of our family lived in Florida. And we were driving back. It was like a week or two afterwards, and we're just kind of driving. You know, it's about a 7.5 hour drive from where we were to where our family is, and we come up to where the tornado literally cut through the highway, and it was just complete devastation. Like, we went from seeing like lush, gorgeous, green, full trees to all of a sudden just nothing. And then back to lush, green, gorgeous trees. It was wild. It was almost surreal to see. It was nuts, and you could see exactly the path and where it came ripping through the forest, and then all of a sudden crossing over the highway, and then back to the other side. It was wild. And even to this day, like, my wife and I, about a year and a half ago, we drove through Georgia, going up to Michigan for kind of a little day trip and all that. And it turned out, you know, you could still see the devastating effects that, like, the trees are significantly less populated, like less full in those areas. It's starting to grow back, but it's significant. Awesome. Well, look at that. I think we'll stop there. I think we'll go with 18 cows. That gives us a little room to grow for this particular barn. We're going to have some that are going to start milking. We're going to have some that are going to be growing in the various stages. They'll hopefully start to reproduce before too much longer. We're at, 4% health. Perfect. So yeah, let's go ahead. We'll just go ahead and take care of that. So wait. It's 6, that's 18. Let me break out my calculator again. So it's 18 times 100. So 1,800. It's okay. So yeah, we save money. We basically save money, because it would have been $1,800 to just have them deliver it rather than taking the $1,200. So we saved about $600. So that's kind of how I think about it, is as long as we're gonna say or spend more money in the delivery costs than we would have just buying and transporting it, then it makes, sense to me at least. Let's go ahead and, which one was it? It was this one. Return that. Perfect. Let's go and empty out the stone picker, and we can collect on the one contract, because that one's done. It looks like the sowing contract, did the sowing contract finish? Maybe? It's not finished, but maybe it's out of seeds is what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, is it's out of seeds. I'll go unload the stone picker. We'll run back. I'm kind of thinking about getting like a tank full. Oh, that's the stone picker. Okay. That makes sense. Let's see. Oops. Turn. I was looking at the chat. Bob and weave. Stick and move. Alright, so go empty out the trailer. We'll run back. I think I'm going to take the tractor back to the shop there. I'm going to get one of those pallet forks, but it's the one with the high-low kind of built into it. And I think there'll be kind of a good thing I can use on this. The trailer's over here. Why is it not? Why is that just not happening? There we go. Let's connect. And now we'll empty this trailer out. Why, worker? Why are you just missing strip after strip after strip? There it goes. And dump. Bam. Cool. So we're going to take all these stones. Like I said, we ended up building up that little concrete silo in the last stream there. So we're just going to take it and dump it, you know, when we need to. All right, let's check the chat real quick. Let's see. Where was I? Okay. Will says, BDD, my game on PC should work after the next update. Oh, dude, here's hoping. And here's hoping the update comes with the next precision farming. I'm hoping that kind of all coincides. So hopefully within the next couple of days, your PC will be back up and running. So here's hoping. Jimmy says, I always open one pizzeria on midnight Christmas Eve. Nice. Will says, be careful, Samuel. Samuel says, I'm at Vicksburg, Mississippi, and Jackson. Oh, gotcha, cool. So at least you're not in the path. Will says, okay, my bad. Samuel says, okay. We got Will says, tomorrow is National Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Jonah says, can't wait to wear my Star Wars shirt. Awesome. Ken says, already Star Wars Day for me. May the 4th be... Yes, because you live in the future, Ken. You know what? That's awesome, though. I wish I lived in the future. I would be picking the stock markets. I'd be doing everything I can to be like Marty McFly up in here. I'd be with the Farmer's Almanac, not the Farmer's, the Almanac, Sports Almanac. There we go. That's the words. I'd have the Sports Almanac, and I'd be like placing my bets. You better believe it. Better believe it. I just wouldn't be a real jerk like the guy who actually ended up doing it. Why can't I remember his name? Butch? Was it Butch? Beef. Why can't I remember his name? I love that movie, and it's driving me nuts. I can't remember it. I don't know. I don't know. That one's gonna drive me insane. It's not Butch. I thought it started with a B. Anyways. Biff! Reaver! Thank you. That one was gonna drive me nuts. Thank you. Such a good movie. It's a good series. You know, Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3, such a good series. I think 3 was the weakest of the 3, but it was still good. It was still entertaining. But I have a feeling that that's Jonah's favorite. just a hunch. Just a feeling. All right, so we're actually going to make a purchase, but we're also going to collect on that contract that we finished. Oh, we got 2 contracts. Oh, we finished the sewing contract. Now, one thing I want to check out. So, let's go ahead and collect that. Okay, 21,208. That's all fine and dandy. What I'm curious about is... Oh, stop. Okay, we have 201 liters of seeds left in this thing here. Now, before, you would actually show the reimbursement price. So right now it says 0, but I should get $20,098. But I noticed something the other day, is that if you leave something, even though the reimbursement says 0, you do get reimbursed. So $20,098 is what I should have, but if I collect on this now, I should get more than that. $20,561. Yeah, that's more. So that's... They are reimbursing you for the product that you're leaving behind in the thing. That's cool. It just doesn't say that they're doing it. All right, so what I want to do, I think it's under miscellaneous. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Yeah, this is the one I want. Because this one, you can have it with the built-in pallet forks, which is cool. Also, you can do it with bale spikes and a fast coupler for a front loader. So this is the one I want, but I want it with bale spike or with pallet forks. So let's go ahead and purchase. Oh, it's backwards. So what my plan is, oh, well, it was until I stupidly bought this thing, because now I don't need it. But I guess this will still work. Oh, hey now, hold on. And drop. Ta-da! That's why I like this thing. I really like this specific pallet fork because you can actually just leave it angled and everything all fine and dandy, but you can just lower it to the ground. It fits under every pallet I've ever tried. I haven't had to make a single adjustment in height or anything, and then you can just pick it right up and then just take it out. And then you get the extra height if you want it, so if you got to put it up on a really tall thing, you can just put it up there. I think this is better than any front loader or telehandler pallet fork thing out there. And then you got this custom one here where you can actually kind of do a little bit extra with it. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So here, let's do this. Let's take this back to the farm. It is going to be very, very... Actually, let me drop that down. Yeah, now I can see. I can see. It's a miracle. Let's go drop this off. Once we drop this off, I will... Oh, hey. Car. And that's what's cool, too, is you can see how it's kind of bobbing in the front there as it's skimming across the ground there because it's on a 3-point link, and the 3-point link has some kind of tension or some kind of motion to it. It just kind of skips along. So even if you have it all the way down like I have it here, it's not going to interfere with the ride itself. You're able to just kind of do your thing. So I like it. Like it a lot. Okay, let's put this thing. Oof. Right there. That'll work for now. Okay, check out the chat. Let's see. Pippa says, cute little cows. I agree. We got Will says, may the 4th be with you, Ken. We got Will also saying, BDD can't drive. LOL. This is true. And I'm not even going to deny it. Jonah says, come on, he's using the controller. If he had a steering wheel, he'd be... Yes, I agree. If it was steering, it'd be much easier. I agree. Will says, I got you, Jonah. Jonah says, we live in Mississippi and went through dozens of tornado warnings and only saw one funnel cloud. You know what, man? That's awesome, though. That's great that you didn't see anything worse. Jonah says, your calculator. Nice. Samuel says, hey, Real Fanny Jonah lived at Mississippi. Joni says, I lived in Byram, Mississippi. Jasper, how's it going, Jasper? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Says boo. We got Pippa says hi, Jasper. Samuel says, what's to at Byram, Mississippi? Reaver, correct me in saying it was Biff, not Butch. I appreciate that, Reaver. We also got Ken says, Jasper, don't scare us like that. LOL. Ken says, especially me with my heart condition. Oh, Ken, you went from really, really funny to really dark really quick there. Jasper says, did I scare anybody? I mean, thankfully in text it doesn't really translate that well. Jonah says, Samuel, what's your question again? Reaver says, Jonah, he keeps avoiding the work that we need him to do, LOL. And always Alfredo, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Says, hello, Alfredo. Oh, tell me, what work do you need me to do? I mean, I don't think I have any, like, major contracts. I've got a couple more hoeing contracts, which I might end up doing, because that's 40 grand right there. Be kind of ashamed to give that up. Let's see. Alfredo says, good and you, Dave? I am doing really, really good. I was explaining how it was kind of an up and down kind of day today, but it ended on the upswing, so I'm pretty excited about that one. And yeah. As I was mentioning, we're getting closer and closer to moving day. As you can see behind me, it's still getting even more cleared out as we speak. I've got a whole bunch of boxes out in the kitchen out there that need to be put out into the garage and get that ready for when we get the truck. Not this Monday, but the following Monday. So yeah, we're just rocking and rolling. My dad, you know, he's so his responsibility, he's got a shed out in the backside of the property, and that's his responsibility, is to get that shed up and running. But unfortunately, he's got a lot of health issues going on in the moment. Nothing like too terrible at the moment. I mean, kind of yes, kind of no. So basically what's going on with him is he's got a really bad infection he has had for years. He's had this infection for years, and it's been kind of on again, off again, kind of, you know, swoop-de-dooping around. And basically what's going on is he had knee surgery, knee replacement surgery, and he ended up catching an infection from that surgery. Well, the problem is that they keep putting him on, you know, antibiotics, and it doesn't clear out the infection. It just keeps coming back after, you know, a certain amount of time. It like stifles it, puts it back down again, and all that stuff. So he's trying to pack up this entire shed and get his, because he lives in a RV, like a you know, full size like fifth wheel come along on the backside of the property here, and he's you know, having to pack that up. He's having to get all of his stuff kind of, you know, situated, ready to go. You know what, YOLO. So yeah, he's got all that stuff that he's got to get taken care of. Well, it's really hard because he's got a lot of fluid built up around his knees, around his legs and all that stuff because of the infection. So he's having a hard time getting around. He's feeling really crummy and all that stuff. So I'm having to sit there and help him out. And unfortunately, he's got a lot of stuff that you know, because he used to be a heavy duty mechanic, like heavy equipment mechanic. So he used to work on like the Caterpillars and the cases, like the big construction stuff. So he's got these like wrenches. I will always remember these wrenches that are meant for these giant machines, and the wrench itself is probably the entire length of my arm, and the opening on it is probably like this wide around. Like, they're absolutely massive. One of these days I'm gonna take a look and see exactly what size is printed on it, because you know, here in America, you know, we go by the, you know, the, I forget what the standard is, so just the Western standard, and you know, so we go by fractions and all that stuff, and then there's metrics pretty much everywhere else in the world. And I'm curious as to what size that one is, like the big one that he's got that he used to use for, you know, when he was on the job. Let's go ahead and do this one. There we go. We're just going to let these guys go. So, I mean, why not? 40 grand is 40 grand. Let's see. We got, Jonah says, I know he keeps avoiding the one thing we want him to do. Well, it needs to be on your own field after harvest. My own field after harvest. Well, I mean, I did the grass fields the last time, and I mean, this one isn't going to be ready until what? April? I think it's April. No, not April. June. And I'm in March. So, I mean, is it like the grass fields? Like, would grass fields count? Or would a contract harvest, would that count? Because I don't think I have any contract harvests right now. But no, you said it had to be on my own field. So, oh, hey, we got a car. Got a car. Think then. Oh. Oh, you know what? Oh goodness. Oh, why can't I remember the name? Jamie, you said you lived down the road from here, down the road from Calmsden here. How does it work with these narrow lanes? How do people like skirt by each other? Like, is it wide enough to where two cars can fit, kind of like on these narrow lanes? Like, does this seem like a fair representation of like the local area and how this is all kind of set up? Like, I'm genuinely curious. I've never wait, where am I going? Oh, this way. I've never been, overseas or anything like that, so I'm just curious. Like, I feel like these roads are extremely narrow, and with like tractors and stuff like this, like how do you determine right away? Is it like a might makes right kind of thing? Like, does the big old tractor here, like, hey, I'll run you over like monster truck style? Or I always love driving by the church right there and hearing the organ playing. I love it. I love this map. It's just such a fantastic map. There we go. All right, perfect. All right, let's see. Samuel says, "Hey, Real Fan and Jonah, let's go do great food. Get name is Jerry Catfish. House at Florence, Mississippi. His address. Let's see. Reaver says, yeah, I won't make you do it to a grass field. Okay. Reaver then says the cars are smaller. This is true. This is very true. Oh, what happened? What do you mean no field found? What? Oh, no. No. What? Now that is a bummer. That's a bummer. I don't know if I want to do this contract manually. Like, there's literally, because there's nothing for me to use as a visual representation of what this is. So, what field was this? Is this? No, is this one? All right. Well, we'll cancel that. That's all right. That's a bummer. Minus the $700 for the. Oh well. Okay. Will says BDD Bree and I are planning a trip to Florida either at the end of this year or next. Nice. Yeah, man. If you all head down, just let us know. Let's see. Jonah says, I love that catfish place. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's an igloo. Will says, Samuel, please, no addresses on here. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. Yeah, there we go. Nice. So at this point, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Nah, meh. Oh, hey. So, I mean, this is chugging along. Got 4,000 liters of stone so far. That's not too bad. Jonah says, don't worry. It's a... Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Gotcha, gotcha. There we go. Yeah, so that's not a big deal. 6,000 liters. We're going to get quite a bit of stones out of this field. That's awesome, though. I do like that stones are so much easier to get in this version of the game than in FS22. In FS22, it was a nightmare to get stones. You could only get them from your fields, and if you're on like Silver Run, you could get them from the stone breaking contracts if you had the forge pickup. But it's just one of those like it was only applicable to that map. Now that stone breaking is a thing on all maps, that's awesome. Let's see, we got that chugging along. This is working out fine. I mean, one of these days to fix it, I could buy this eventually, like when money is in abundance, you know, buy this eventually and be able to turn this into like an actual like field. So the way I understand that you can kind of fix this is by using the kind of outer perimeter to create fields, and then it should recognize pretty much everything on the interior. That's what I've heard, at least. So I haven't actually had this happen where I've had to be able to try it. So we'll see. Let's see. Will says, Jonah, gotcha. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see. So, is there anything else I can do? Wood transport. If I remember right, this didn't work. Like, I couldn't complete this one last time, so I'm not even going to bother with that. I could do the deadwood. That'd be a fast, few $100. Yeah, let's accept. And the reason I say it's a fast few $100 is, watch this. Let's go ahead and visit. Turn around and check it out. They're all like lined up in a row. You know exactly which ones you need. Super simple. And how many do we need in total? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, where's the other one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, 6. Okay. Hey, boop, boop, boop. Nope. Oh, you know what? Just because... Nope, wrong one. Okay, this... I love this. I love having the chainsaw that like gets you to run really fast. It's so ridiculously silly, but it's so awesome at the same time. But when you're just wanting to get jobs done, or in this case, just want to be able to like run up on things. Just checking on the little guy down at my feet, making sure he's doing all right. But like I said, he's doing much better. Like ever since I took him in this morning. Whoa, that was weird. All right, let's. Whew, big spender, $900. All right, so now. Is really not I'm not going to bother doing this one. It just doesn't make any sense to do it. I could do the bale wrapping, but again, for $900 and $500 leasing costs, which I have to lease at least one set of equipment, it's not worth the money. So might as well just kind of continue on, I guess. What are we at here? All right, well, how are the cows looking? Oh yeah, 7%, 7%. 0%. All right, well, that's definitely ramping up, so that's fine. Where are we at for this one? We're at 55%, so this is just going to chug along. I wonder if it'd be a good idea to go and get one of the big, like the big Scorpio pickups. What all do I have? Okay, I got the Fent here. Fent, the Grimmy. I do have the Bednar. I've got the 12MT, and I've got this one now. So we're slowly building up our repertoire here. Let's see. Will says my phone is about dead. I'll still be watching. Awesome, Will. Awesome. Luke says I've been playing on the new map, forestry map. Which one is that one there, Luke? Remind me which one. Let's see. Reaver says, watch out for OSHA. Shh. OSHA doesn't need to be involved. and we're over in England, so it's like the not the Health and Human Services. What do they call them over there? Oh goodness, their version. It's like the Health and Safety. Health and Safety. That's what it is. Let's see. Luke says, so far I like it. Like cows, LOL. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. Remind me which map it is there, Luke, because I cannot remember what it was called. Was it the Sunrise or something? I'm pretty sure it was Sunrise. I could be wrong about that one. Why is it just not? Look at this. Like, hello? Hello, McFly. And same thing over here. Hello? Hello? Whatever. The Sunrise. Yeah, okay. Yeah, by Carl TG. Yeah, no, that one's a good one. That one's a real good one. I think I saw Mr. Seeley P started a series on that. I think he's like 3-4 episodes deep into it now, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I thought I saw it. Let's see. Let's go to... Let's see. And you know what? Taco says it's like real workers. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely like real workers. Oh my goodness. So anyways, you know what? While we're kind of working on these contracts here, this will actually be kind of a good breaking point for me to do my shout outs and whatnot. So let's do that just real quick here. So let me get that all queued up on my end. Let's see. Nope, that was the wrong one. There we go. And perfect. All right, so let's start out with our shout outs for our channel members, starting with our tier 3 channel members. I want to give a shout out to all of you. Hey, Ken and Pippa, reach out to me after the stream here. I just saw something that is a concern, but I want to talk to you about that in private. So reach out to me, direct message after stream, and I'll let you know what I'm seeing. Anyways, tier 3 channel members. Want to give a big shout out to you, starting with Rail Fanning, Jonah, Pipe and Paul, Whiskey Creek Farms, Ken Adlam, and Philippa Thompson. Thank all of you so very, very much for being tier 3 channel members. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Also want to give a shout out to the tier 2 channel members, starting with Mark K, Lonnie Johansson, and Reaver Time Todd. Thank all of you for being tier 2 channel members. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, go ahead and check out the link in the description below or the join button also listed below and on the main channel page. There you can gain access to special perks such as early access to edited content such as the Let's Play series, and well, it's not even really a Let's Play series anymore, it's more of a role play series. So we'll call Let's Play / Roleplay there on this channel, as well as the channel shorts. You also get custom badges and custom emojis. All that for tier 1 members starts at 99 cents a month. You also can gain access to our tier 2 level membership there, and that starts at $4.99 a month, and you get everything I just mentioned before, plus you get a shout out every single live stream, just like we just heard here. And we have our tier 3 channel membership that starts at $9.99 a month, and you get everything I just mentioned, plus you get a custom discount code to the channel merch store, as well as the ability to come on to the live streams here during it and actually participate in the gameplay portion of it, or join me via audio. So that, again, $9.99 a month. I want to thank each and every one of my members. Thank you all so very, very much. I also want to give a huge shout out to all the channel subscribers. The channel has been doing so good here lately. Really want to thank every single one of you who's hit that subscribe button and helped out this channel grow every step of the way. Greatly appreciate every single one of you. And Kiwi Sim Farmer just became a member because Rail Fanning Jonah just gifted a membership. So Jonah, thank you very much for that. I greatly appreciate that. But anyways, the channel's been doing really good. At last check, I think we're at 2,730, I believe, is last I checked. So yeah, the channel is doing really good, and I'm just very grateful and appreciative to every single one of you out there. Now, mentioned the channel merch store. Let's go ahead and show that off real quick. If you're interested in helping support this channel, go ahead and check out the merch store at bddgaming.creator.spring.com. There you can get shirts, hats, hoodies, beanies, necklaces, pants, the whole 9 yards, all tagged with either the channel logo or various other quips and sayings that we have around here, such as the Team BDD or Team Jasper. We do need to update that, and I am going to start working on getting some kind of new up-to-date kind of stuff moving into the future here very soon. So yeah, keep a lookout for those. But we also got mugs. We also got pretty much anything and everything your heart desires that is tagged for this channel. Also want to, actually, you know what? We're going to skip the P.O. Box because we're going to have to cancel that here very soon. But the P.O. Box will be changing. So likely we'll be opening up a new P.O. Box when the move takes place. So refrain from sending anything to the old P.O. Box, because here soon that will be no longer my P.O. Box. Probably tomorrow is actually when I'll probably run up there and start to cancel that. But let's go ahead and take a look at some screenshots from Will T Gaming. Will, thank you so very much for sending these in. I greatly appreciate it. And if I remember correctly, this is your build there on Alma, Missouri, and that looks incredible. That sunset right there looks awesome. Let's see, got some more builds going on here. Going Children of the Corn style right there. I love it. Oh, doing some, looks like some grass mowing with the forage wagon. Very nice. Just chugging along. Very awesome. Will, thank you so much for sending these in. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Doing some silage work there. Getting some chaff going. And I believe, yep, that's the end of the roll. So let's go ahead and get back to the game itself. So again, thanks every single one of you out there for participating in the channel, participating in subscribing, members, everything out there. Again, just thank you all so very much. Without you, I'm just some random Yahoo just talking to himself. So, Let's see. I think I left off with Nope. Jonah with all the custom emojis there. Thank you very much, Jonah. Greatly appreciate it. Luke says, I'm going to go. Everyone have a good night. Luke, you have yourself a fantastic night. Thank you for stopping by here tonight. Have a fantastic night. You take care, and we'll see you again next time. And let's see. Let's go ahead and check out. So that's just chugging along. That's also going. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and just take this back. We might as well just empty this out because we're basically got enough for maybe one and a half more loads. So might as well just make the space. So we'll go dump this off the farm. I did put in that concrete bunker silo. Like it's not even a bunker silo, but it kind of reminds me of a bunker silo. But well, no, it is technically a bunker silo. It's just not like a silage silo. Whoa, I can't stop. I got so much weight. Oh, come on, turn. Now we're talking. Oh, the stones, though. The stones! All right. Now, let's... So I think once I'm done with these contracts I've got queued up right now, I'm going to skip ahead to April and I guess see what contracts need to be done then. Oh, Samuel with the 1, 2, 3. Oh. There we go. There we go. Taco says, why is that random fence there? I'm asking the same thing. I mean, I'm sure it's because of property and stuff, and this is based off a real life farm and whatnot in the real life area, so I presume that these fences actually exist. Again, that's my guess, but nice. Loading up stones. Love it. Let's see. Can I snake my way out of here? Carefully. Carefully. Yes. Got it. Oh, there's... Oh. Need to drive better. Need to drive better. Samuel with the LOL. We got... Real Fanning Jonas says, Samuel, that's my job, LOL. 5'6". And Farmer Groot. How's it going, Groot? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. It says 7'8". Oh, my goodness. Y'all are too much. I tell you what, I am just absolutely thrilled that I haven't had to clean up dog mess all day today. I'm glad my dog's feeling... like I said, he seems like he's feeling better. Like he's kind of just chilling out here, laying next to me, just kind of doing his own thing. But he definitely seems to be, doing much better than what he was doing before, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. It's one of those that, unfortunately, being a pet owner is not cheap. Is not cheap. Holy smokes. I took him to the vet today and wow. I mean, $500 later for this. For them to tell me, he's pretty much fine. It's pretty much fine. It's all good. It's like, great. Thanks. $500 to run some blood work and whatnot is like, yeesh. Well, you know what? It's part and parcel of a pet owner. Yeah, and it's one of those that growing to love the little guy, so kind of want to make sure that he's happy and healthy. happy and healthy. All right, so we got even more counting. Farmer Groot says, I'm loving that Louisiana map. Oh yeah, 100%. What I really liked about it, to focus on that for just a minute, is that the roads, the kind of network of trails and whatnot, you have to drive on certain roads in order to get to certain places on the map. Like there's that kind of what looked to be almost like a logging trail out behind the sawmill, and as far as I could tell, that was the only road you could take that kind of took you back towards that back cow barn in the northwest corner of the map. I thought that was so cool. Like just only having that as the option, because you're basically cut off by water, by the creeks. And I found out the hard way that the creeks are actually deeper than what they look. The little ravines that are alongside the roads, it's actually deeper than they look. I found that out the hard way. I tried to maybe I can take a shortcut. Nope. I just and kicks you out, and you're just sitting there treading water. It's like, well, then I need the motorcycle. and I learned after that experience, I ended up hitting those ravines at full speed and just kind of jumped it. Farmer Groot says, I'm good, awesome. Reaver says, and that is why I have pet insurance. Yes. That's honestly something that I need to look into, because probably would have saved me a ton of money. Reaver says, mine just cost me $1,500 for what turned out to be a new food sensitivity to chicken? Wow. Tell you what, they're lucky they're cute. They're lucky they're cute. Taco says, I'm lucky to live where it's around 85 degrees all year round, and my dogs are outside all year and they love it. That's awesome. Man, 85 degrees all year round. I don't know. Like, that's the one thing I desperately miss, is having seasons. I miss being up in Michigan, where the summertime basically lasts about 2 months, and you had the hot heat, 85s to 90s to 95, like 85 to 95. That was like the swing that you could expect to see during the summertime. And then you'd get the fall come rolling in, and the colors, and I miss the colors. I miss it so badly. I would never move back into Michigan. Like, it would take a herd of wild horses to get me to move back there, and even then I'd just be like, nope. I'd eventually just hitchhike back to the south, for many reasons. Anyways, but I do miss it. I do miss the seasons, and the fall colors were amazing up there, and then you get the winter time where it's all nice and cold. You could bundle up and bundle up on the couch and all that stuff. Like, the only bundling that I get to do now is if I turn the AC too low. So, I mean, if I kick it down to maybe like 65, it's like, whoo, get the blanket. The AC is working overtime tonight. Let's see. Samuel says, I'm already tomorrow full day. Gotcha. I'm out. Have a great night. See y'all soon. Next live stream later, y'all. All right, Samuel, well, you have yourself a fantastic night. He also says tomorrow, great Sunday day, y'all. Samuel, thank you so much for stopping by. Greatly appreciate you. Have yourself a fantastic night. You have an amazing Sunday. You take care, and we'll see you again next time. Taco says, BDD, believe me, after you enjoyed 2 summers in a row, you don't want anything else. Now, see, here's the thing is, if it's as consistent as you're saying, the 85 all year round, then I could probably be on board with that, because that's something I could just get used to over time. But my problem, like where I'm at here in Florida, is that you do get that kind of fluctuation in temperatures, to where in the summers you're getting anywhere between the mid 80s to mid 90s throughout the summer. good chunk of the fall and a good chunk of the spring. So that there's like that large band of really hot temperatures. But then during the fall and like latter end of fall and the winter and even early spring, you're getting pretty cold temperatures. Like sometimes you actually do touch below freezing in this area. But it's not enough to get the colors to change. So it's all like very rapid. So you get basically the colors that you get down here are greens and browns. That's it. So you get like the summer, like everything's lush and green unless it doesn't rain. And then it's just like dead brown and gone kind of thing. And it just, it's a bummer, you know, it's just kind of a bummer because you don't get to experience those kind of nice ebb and flows. To where if, like what you're saying, if there's more consistency, I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be all right. Let's see. Taco says all year shorts and a t-shirt. Oh, and trust me, I'm in Florida. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt all year round, even if it's below freezing. One of my favorite pastimes is during the winter around here is watching the people who are from the South, like lifelong Southerners, and all of a sudden the first like 60s or 55 degree weather comes out, and all of a sudden like, ew, it's cold, and they're just freaking out, and they've got the like super like thick jeans or the sweatpants along with the hoodies and the feather down jackets. Like you can tell like the pure Southerners that are down here, because they are the first ones to get all bundled up and start complaining about, oh, it's so cold. And it's like, I'm still walking around in flip-flops and shorts and a t-shirt, and it's like, it's 40 degrees outside, and I'm like, meh. But I'm also the crazy guy who lived in Michigan for, you know, half his life, and had an unexpected visit when all right, I'll go ahead and tell the full story. So back when I was 17, I think it was 17, 18, somewhere in that ballpark, I worked for a Subway, you know, the Subway sub shop. And I used to work closings, and closings, they would put me in there all by myself. So I'm sitting there, you know, doing everything and whatnot. And at the time, it was like middle of winter. It was like maybe 1.5 feet of snow outside. Nobody was coming into the store, and I was in shorts. My work shirt, you know, which was a t-shirt, and a hat, you know, because they made you wear the Subway hat. And I'm sitting there just doing my thing, and all of a sudden a car pulls right up in front of the store, which is extremely unusual, but I didn't really bat an eye because I'm like, okay, well, it is the middle of winter. They're probably hungry and they want a sub, and there's nobody in the parking lot. This is the only car that has shown up all evening. And I started working maybe about 6 o'clock. No, maybe about 5 o'clock, because I think I worked from like 5 to 11, maybe 12. So it was like less than a 7-hour shift, I think is basically what it worked out to, because it wasn't like full-time employment. So let's go ahead and collect that contract. So anyways, I'm sitting there in shorts and t-shirt and whatnot, and all of a sudden this car comes pulling up, and they park right in front. They turn off their car. They're leaving their flashers going. And I'm kind of like, that's kind of rude, but I mean, it's not really hurting anything. There's really nobody that they're going to be blocking, because again, it's pretty slow. So guy walks in, and you know, him and I are kind of chit-chatting. Really nice guy. He's like, yeah, can I get such a sub? And I go to turn around and, you know, go to the bread rack, and it's, you know, directly behind me. I turn around, and all of a sudden he's like, holy smokes, are you in shorts? I'm like, yeah. He's like, why are you in shorts? I'm like, I just haven't had a chance to go out and, you know, buy shorts or buy pants. And he's like, it's the middle of winter. It's like, I got better things to do than buying pants. And all of a sudden he breaks out his wallet, and he starts rooting around in his wallet, and he busts out, like, I think it was like $20 or something like that. And he throws it down on the counter. He's like, go buy pants. I'm like, okay, money's not the issue. It's just, I don't need them. It's like, where am I going? I'm not going outside. You know, I'm going out to my, like, I'm in here, I'm working, or I'm at home. The only in-between is in my truck, and my truck has heat. With the exception of maybe 5 minutes when I first start the truck. So, and what was really cool about the truck at the time, I had an 90. It was a 1990 Ford F-150 at the time. And what was really cool about it is, actually two things that were really cool about it. I had a kill switch on the battery because there was something about that particular truck where the battery would just drain all the time. So I would pop open the hood, I'd hit this little kill switch, I'd close the hood, and it was completely immobile from that point on. The only bad part about it is none of the memory for the radio worked or anything like that. It was kind of a bummer. But what was also really cool about it is that I installed a lockout mechanism to where I was able to actually lock the doors while I was running, and I could leave the keys inside. So the only way somebody is going to get into the truck is if they broke the windows, kind of thing. So during the wintertime, not too many people are going to be silly enough to break the window to steal it while it's running and run around with no window the whole time, in a stolen truck. That kind of sends up some red flags. That, and where I was in a small town. It's not like that stuff was ever really that prevalent. And I used to park in the back, so in the back of the building we had cameras. I could keep an eye on my truck, and it wasn't a big deal. So between the kill switch, the lockout mechanism, and the whole 9 yards, it was one of those I could fire up my truck, maybe about 10 minutes before we'd leave, and lock the doors, leave the keys in it. It wasn't a big deal, and it was all fine and dandy. So yeah, it was just it was a cool little truck. I used to love that truck. The old 90s, late 80s, early 90s Fords. I had an 89 Bronco, and I got that F-150 because a lot of the parts from that Bronco worked on the Ford. Wait, did I have that? No, I'm sorry. I had the Ford first. I had the 90 Ford first, and then the Ford F-150, and then I had the 89 Bronco after that because I ended up moving to Florida with that Bronco. And I love those trucks. I loved those trucks. I used to be the kids in American Pie with my 89 Bronco. I used to actually take the hood, the rear cap off of the Bronco. So it was basically an SUV. I mean, the Bronco was an SUV. And it had 2 rows of seats and all that, and you could remove the actual cap off the back of the old Broncos and ride it like it was a convertible. And I used to do that. I used to do that all summer long. So I'd just basically pop the cap off. Me and my buddies would just go bombing around in my convertible Bronco, and we loved it. It was so cool. Man, I miss those trucks. If I had the ability to, well, not the ability, I have the ability. I just don't have the time. But if I had the resources, I had the time, I would take and find an old late 80s Bronco, and I'd rebuild it to cherry mint condition. I loved those Broncos. One of my favorite feature on those old Fords was the stomp rights. So over on the floorboards, there was a little push button about so big, and all you do is you reach over with your foot, you tap it, and it would hit the brights on the headlights. It was an amazing feature. You didn't have to sit there and you didn't have to take your hands off the wheel. You didn't have to sit there and jiggle, a joystick on the stalk or anything like that. You could literally just move your foot, boop, and it was done. And they were the perfect vehicles because they had 4-wheel drive, the manual lockout hubs. I love those trucks. Love those trucks. And that truck, that Bronco, was absolutely bulletproof. That was the truck where I was actually at the McDonald's parking, or in the drive-thru at the McDonald's, here in town, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I'm just placing my order, and all of a sudden, tick, 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 like, whoa, that's a noise. That's something that's really bad. So I end up turning off the engine real quick because you hear something ticking on your vehicle. Turn it off. That's number one. But then it dawned on me, oh wait, I'm in the drive-through line and I can't just not go. Well, instead of just sitting there, waiting for the next vehicle to pull off and whatnot, I had to wait for them to clear out in front of me, which, you know, stopped the traffic behind me. And I got out of my truck and I told them, it's like, look, something's wrong with my truck. I'm blocking your I can fire it back up, but I've got to wait until the traffic in front of me goes so I can just leave. And so they're like, oh yeah, you know, we understand it happens and whatnot. So all the traffic in front of me clears. I fire up the truck, tick, 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 and I'm right down the road from the house. So I just go, and I mean, nothing else I can do. So I get it back home. Everything's all said and dandy. I get in the driveway, and I climb up underneath. And I'm like, why is my engine ticking? Like, I'm meticulous about making sure that, you know, my oil's changed, that it's filled, that I'm checking it on the regular kind of thing. Like, there's like no reason my engine should be ticking like this. And I'm climbing underneath, I'm looking around, and all of a sudden I come up to the oil pan, and I see not one, not two, but 3 holes in the oil pan where all the oil just kind of dripped out of the whole engine. Like, it was bone dry, that engine. I'm like, whoa. Like, I just drove this thing home probably about half a mile with no oil in it. And I'm like, okay, there's no way. There's no way. This thing's got to be dead. It's gone. I just ruined it. I had to have ruined it. So I ended up getting a new oil pan, slapped the oil pan on it, filled it up, and sure enough, fires right up. No problem. No problem. No smoking. No nothing. Like it never happened. This is the same truck. When I drove it down here, I drove it here with no transaxle fluid. None, because the whole rear hub was just leaking like a sieve. I drove it from a small town called Whitmore Lake, Michigan, all the way down here to Florida with no transaxle fluid in the rear diff. None. And sure enough, not only did it make it here, it ran fine. Had no issues. This thing was bulletproof. I loved that truck. I absolutely loved it. Let's see. Taco says, I live in the Caribbean. Yes. I always pronounce it wrong, so I'm not even going to bother pronouncing it. Reaver says, they would never survive in Colorado. No. Oh, no. No. Floridians, Southerners in general, like, the moment you get any sort of cold weather whatsoever, it's like, oh my goodness, rah, 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 and just losing it. Just absolutely. Like I said, I love when I go to the store during the wintertime and just start people watching, because you can just see all the people just all bundled up in like goose down jackets, and it's like 60, like 60 degrees, 50 degrees, and they're just losing it. It's like, oh, it's so cold. I'm so sick of the cold. And blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh, calm down. Enhance your calm. Taco says, I'm born and raised in Switzerland. I know what winter is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Switzerland has some severe winters. Whew. And Taco says, what year and what engine? So the Bronco was the 89 Bronco, and it had the 5.0 liter in it, and the F-150 was a 90. No, I'm sorry, it was a 91. It was a 91 Ford F-150, and that also had the 5.0 in it. So both of them had the 5.0 V8s. So yeah, if you're asking me which Bronco would I rebuild, it would definitely be, like I said, it would be somewhere in the 80s, like late 80s, with the 5.0 motor, just because of the nostalgia. That's what I had, and I loved it. I loved that truck. And it was the two-tone, so I had it was a red top, red bottom, but it was like the white kind of transition in between. It was not even like a white; it was more like a cream transition between, and oh, I loved it. I loved that truck. But I mean, I had some oldies but goodies growing up. My very first car was an old 89 Ford F-150. That was my, no, I'm sorry, 89 Ford Mustang. That was my first vehicle. Um, and that was actually my one and only at-fault collision that I've ever been a part of, was with that Mustang. And it was, I was technically at fault, but I kind of dispute it. I kind of dispute it because I was leaving school. So this is back when I was in high school. I would have been like 16, 17 at the time. And I'm leaving school, so I pull out of the parking lot, make a left onto the main, it was literally Main Street in this small town I grew up in. And I'm driving down, and all of a sudden the traffic in front of me jams on their brakes. I go to jam on my brakes, but nothing. Nothing happens. And I just blast the person in front of me. It was only like, I was going at most like 25 miles an hour. At absolute most. And it was just one of those, I just couldn't stop. There was nothing I could do. Turns out that 2 of my calipers were frozen closed. So when I jammed on the brakes, they weren't doing anything at all. They were just locked. But at the time, shortly after that, I went to an 87 Jeep Comanche, little pickup truck. And I liked that little pickup truck, but that thing didn't have working windshield wipers. They worked very intermittently, is probably the best way to, and not even intermittently as in, wait for it, no, I'm talking like you were lucky if they worked. So anytime it rained, what I'd end up having to do is I tied a string to the windshield wiper, and I actually looped it around. So I had there was a little gap in between the windows, because it had one of those ventilation windows, and I could loop this string around in just a way to where it would wrap around, and I could pull the string and get it to wipe the wipers manually. And once you got the wiper to start, it would engage. It would actually go through the motion, but it couldn't start the motion. So I just give it a tug, and all of a sudden, burn. So I had one hand on the string, one hand on the wheel, and I would have to switch back and forth because it was a manual transmission. Pretty much every vehicle, with the exception of my Bronco and my F-150, were manuals. So the Mustang was a manual transmission. The Comanche was a manual transmission. I love manual transmissions. I would never drive a manual transmission down here in Florida, though. Never, ever. Couldn't pay me enough money to drive a manual transmission down here. It's a death wish. I did it one time, and oh my goodness, the amount of shifting, downshifting, upshifting, the amount of work I was doing in that one trip back from wherever I was coming from. Oh, it's like, okay, get up to cruising speed, own downshift because somebody's going slow. Oh, I can be able to get around them. Ooh, easy. Oh, start to go up. Oh, go back down. And especially because there's a highway that runs north and south on the west side of the state called US 19. And it's a 3-lane highway in either direction, but it's not like a highway. It's it's got businesses on both sides of it, so traffic is an absolute nightmare on this road. So just going up and down this in a manual transmission vehicle, nope, no thank you. Ugh. And there was one point in my life where I was considering getting a manual transmission because I was young. I was I was poor. I was young and didn't have any money. So it was just one of those where I was trying to save money where I could, and at the time, if you got a manual transmission, it was at least $2,000 to $3,000 cheaper than a manual transmission. So maybe I'm glad I skipped on that vehicle. So that vehicle, because I was going to buy it new, and I had a cousin who was like a bigwig at this particular dealership, and turns out that these cars suck. They were the Mini Coopers. And I don't mean all of them. They've gotten better over the years. But when the Mini Cooper came to this country and started being sold under, basically it was the BMW brand, they were awful. They had so many mechanical issues, so many problems with them, that I dodged a bullet. Because my buddy, he ended up getting one of them. And he had so many problems with his. He had something to do with his... it was some kind of timing on his engine to where it came out of time, and there was some kind of electrical timing to it. So basically what it would do is it would tell the engine when to fire. Well, the electrical portion of this timing, that's what broke. And in order to fix it, well, the problem with it is that it disabled the engine to be able to go above like 1500 RPM. And of course, it did this when he was out and about. So he can't get the engine above 1500 RPM. And yeah, needless to say, he was going about 7-8 miles an hour the whole trip back. It was nuts. He was telling me about this story. Absolutely nuts. Let's see. Where? Taco says, yeah, the 302 was good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, loved it. Taco also says, but the older Bronco was bigger and better. Yes, it was. But it's just one of those that's what I grew up with. Whoa. Oh, leasing cost. Okay, it's like, where did that money go? Yeah, I did collect on it. Cool. Let's go check on the cows just real quick. So now we're in April. See, now I need to get some straw. That's what I need to get. I might buy... Don't you moo at me. Whoa! They chugged through that food. Let's see, milk, 336. Slurry, nice. 1,580. Okay. So I could bring a liquids tanker over here and pump that out and put it in here. How's this looking? Okay. 4,000 liters. That can get me quite a bit. Let's see. Reaver says, I had an 85 Ram Charger. Missed that truck. I would just want it to with a new... I think it's new Phi engine and the carb. Yeah, no, I remember those old Ram Chargers. They were nice. They were nice. Taco says old 70s Ford were great. 100% agree. Taco says I had a 72 Camaro 350. Loved that car. My dad, he had an old Camaro. It was a 68 Camaro SS. Oh man. That was a beaut. And actually now my grandfather has it. My dad, he had it. And when he had it, it was a beautiful car when he had it. It was like a midnight black with a black leather roof because it was a convertible. But my grandfather, he ended up selling it to my grandfather. And he ended up turning it into a show car. So now it's a candy apple red with black racing stripes. I'm trying to think, was it black? I think it's red leather interior with a black convertible top. And yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous, this old Camaro, this 68. Jonas says, train locomotives still have a manual option on their windshield wipers. Nice. Taco says, in Europe, the automatics are always more expensive than standard. Well, see, and that's it, is... I mean, really, you can't find manual as an option here anymore. In the States, like it's almost impossible to find manuals. I mean, unless it's like a specific like sports style. Oh no, I forgot to fertilize. What was I thinking? Ooh, I forgot. I just plain forgot. Ugh, just ugh. Well, I mean, it's not the end of the world because I can go get the fertilizer right now and just be fine with it. It's not the worst thing. Could be worse. Could be worse. Let's go get. Let's get a spreader. Let's get. Let's see. I got some fertilizer there at the shop. Do 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 do. But yeah, no, I mean, it's one of those, I love manual transmissions. I just feel more at one with the vehicle. But down here, the driving is just so ludicrous that you just cannot. You just can't. It's a death wish. Because you get all the extremes. I've said this numerous times on the channel, but you get so many different extremes because Florida is what I call a mutt state. It is basically anybody from everywhere all across the country. And you throw in like snowbirds that come down from the northern states during the winter times and all that stuff. It just gets to be a real nightmare around here. Ooh, you know what? Big shout out to Chris S for what I'm going to do here. I am going to get the Lizard Colossus pack, but specifically yeah, let's go with let's go with this one. Big shout out to Chris S for this one. Love the Lizard Colossus pack. And you know what? Not just Chris S, but Chris S and Riley S. Big shout out to both of them. There we go. Let's see, we got tons of fertilizer here. Tons. Boop. What? Not enough space. Then why you offer to even unload it if you can't unload 4? Jeez. That's just silly. And solid fertilizer. Solid fertilizer. Got so much fertilizer, so much product here. Let's see. We got Taco says, "I'm driving automatic. At least you can hold a beer while driving." This is true. This is true. You got the free hand. All right. Why is it all separated out? Like lime seeds. Huh. Okay. Wait, was there... Did I see fertilizer? I did see fertilizer. Yeah. 522. So fertilizer. There it is. There we go. Alright, let's see. 5,088. We might be able to have enough. Actually, no. Let's go around this side. Let's go around this side. Oof, there's rocks. All right, here we go. You know what? Let's just let the worker do it. Let's just let them do it. Actually, you know what? Nah. Let's just do it. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, we just need to add that second layer of fertilizer down. Once that second layer is down, then these fields will be back up and running. We don't have to do anything else besides this. Now let's take a look. Oh, I need to pay attention. Oof. Bale. Oh, that's a big contract. Bale wrapping. Another hoeing. Oh, you know what? Do we do that bale wrapping contract with one of these guys? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Look at this thing go. Rocking and rolling. I love... Man, big shout out to Chris and Riley S. Love this thing. Benji! How's it going, Benji? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far, says Nanu Nanu. There we go. Benji, I saw your comment earlier. I have yet to reply back to it, but I will here very shortly. Probably shortly after the stream. But if I remember it correctly, let me get the context of it real fast. Boop. Yes. So you made a mention about the crawdads. Yeah, that Louisiana map is perfect for it. Absolutely perfect for it. 100%. So yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the Crawdad Farm, I believe it was called. They're in the Mod Hub. It's a new production point, new-ish production point. That would just really fit in well with the whole Louisiana vibe that map has. So yeah, absolutely. Give that map a check out. Give that mod a check. It's pretty cool. Whoa! What the? What did I just see? Did I just see that car just pulling a Dukes of Hazzard? Just whee! Like, I had no idea what I was looking at there for a moment. Like, what is going on? All right. I really hope I have enough fertilizer. I doubt I do, though. I don't think there's going to be any way I can have enough fertilizer for all my fields. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Benji says, yes, that map knocked socks off. 100%. 100%. I wasn't expecting it. I just legitimately had, like, no idea. I'd never even heard that it was even coming out, that anybody was making it. And then all of a sudden, like, bam, here it is. And just come up and smacked you in the face. It was one of those, like, amazing surprises that came to the farm sim community here. So, yeah, big shout out to the map makers. You know what? I'm actually going to shout them out by name because they did such a fantastic job with that map. They deserve a big shout out. Here, let's stop here real quick. I'm going to look this up because they deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. Okay, so it was Andrade ML, Renegados Modding, and ML Studios. All three of them, big shout out to all of them. That was a fantastic map, and I think that it's going to be one of those maps that's going to have longevity to it. And what's funny is that map only is 150 megabytes to install. It's not that intensive whatsoever for a map, which is really wild because most maps tend to be, quote unquote, better with the more details. But I feel like that map really didn't need as much of the details. I just feel like it kind of compensated in so many other ways. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I just thought it was a fantastic map. Fantastic. And based on what I'm hearing, tonight, it seems like there's a lot of people that agree that it was a fantastic map. Let's close that. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, we're just kind of chugging along, trying to get our fields back up to par. But it might actually be... because I'm not seeing much in the ways of contracts. I mean, I got some that bale wrapping. Oh, that bale wrapping, though. 30 grand. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to have enough fertilizer for all my fields. There's just no way. Nah. I mean, it stinks, but it is what it is. It's not going to be the end of the world. Not going to be the end of the world at all. Let's see. And boop. Kick that back on. Oh, man. Chris S. and Riley S. Absolutely love this pack. The Colossus pack, fantastic. I love that it gives you an option. That it gives you the ability to have, like, the unrealistic, like, really outlandish ones. And then kind of a more kind of toned down, still not as realistic can be, but is still a good, solid representation of the mod itself. Yeah, I kind of missed out a little chunk over here. There we go. Perfect. So now over down here. There we go. So yeah, we're going to work on getting these fields back up and running. Trying to decide if we want to just skip ahead to next month or if we want to do this. I mean, 32 grand, that's hard to say no to. There we go. Ooh, don't. No. I've been fooled so many times with this cup of mine. So, in my drinks here, in this big growler, I have, like, water flavoring in it. But at night, I often in a hurry, because I'm trying to scramble to make sure that I'm ready for the stream and all that, especially nights like tonight. And the problem... Wait, did I... Okay, yeah, so that's fine. The problem is that because I'm in a hurry, I don't remember to give it a shake after I make it. So there's been so many times where I'm going to, start taking a drink from it and whatnot, and then all of a sudden I get nothing but straight flavor mix. So I'm trying to do better because, whoo, them some funny faces I make. You know what? Yeah, you know what? It's driving me up a wall not having manure. This is a manure. Wait, this isn't a manure heap. Is this the bunker silo? Oh, that's a bunker silo. No! Can I delete you? I want to delete you. Bunker silo, yes. I don't need a bunker silo. I need a manure heap. Wait. Am I dumb? Dumb. Manure piles up in here. Darn it! Well, what can I put in there in its place? I gotta put something in there. Ugh, I can't believe I did that. I completely spaced. That's a buying. I don't need a buying station for that. What is that? Stone silo. No, I don't need that. What do I need? What do I need? No, nothing like that. Ah, man. I ruined it. Oh, wait. Light bulb. Yes. Ooh, yes. Okay. And what if I delete... do I want to delete all the junk? See, the junk is half the charm, though. I don't... I'm really kicking myself. But, yeah, I think I'm gonna... Oh, I didn't realize I removed all that! Oh, I'm breaking it even more! Oh, why isn't anybody stopping me? Oh, oh well. Oh yeah, that cleared out. That cleared out everything. Oh well. Let's see, how does this look? Let's see, food, straw, manure. Okay, okay. What's this? What are you? Move fence? Cleaning position. That's cool. Ha! That is brilliant. All right, cool. Well, I mean, I think that can fit. I think that can fit. I'll have to get the calves out of that one barn and put them in. Oops. There we go. And perfect. Check out the map. Ooh, I'm missing corners really badly. Oof, oof. Go. Taco says, Dave, just change the water in your cup. Oh, I do. Quite consistently. But no, it's one of those where I can't tell you the number of times where I go to take a swig from that thing and I forget to shake it before, like, because I don't mix the powder, and then all of a sudden it's like just that whole kind of whoa, just nothing but solid flavor just comes rushing, and it's like, oh, that's a feeling that I don't like. So many times it has happened, so many times. Like, it's happened enough times where I have to, like, literally sit there and remind myself, okay, you've got to remember to give it a shake. If you don't, you're going to be sorry. And then the whole Looney Tunes, the one where Porky Pig goes out and he's like an explorer and he goes to, like, sub-Saharan Africa to explore. And it's signs like, you have been warned. I love Looney Tunes. I miss, like, the old school, like, Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies. I really wish I could find, like, every single episode just so I could actually, like, have them. Such a classic. Alright, let's get this little field done. Alright, so I wasn't that confident that I was going to be able to finish out the fertilizing, but maybe. Maybe. Go in a little wide here. There we go. So far, so good. Now, let's get this over to this one. Yeah, let's... There we go. Let's see. Taka says all those powders and syrups and whatever, clean water is the key. No, I 100% agree. The thing is, though, is that this is a specific one. I go through a very painstaking regimen to find these. They are, like, they're flavorings, but they're all natural. They're not made with, like, the chemicals or the dyes or any of that crap. No, it's like I painstakingly went through and to find these things. So yeah, no, it's I agree. It's actually something that I recently have done, is to make sure that I'm not drinking up all the dyes and the artificial sweeteners and all that stuff. But it's like just basically it's just powderized fruits in one of those, like, straws. So it's not like Crystal Light or some kind of, stuff like that. That's like basically all chemicals. So no, I don't disagree with you at all, Taco. Benji says, Suffering Succotash. Yes. Old Old Sylvester. Sylvester and Tweety Bird and Foghorn Leghorn, and it's been a hot minute since I've seen some good Looney Tunes. And again, I'm not talking about like the whole remastered, remade, like none of that garbage. No. I'm talking like original old school stuff. Yeah, not even like old school, but you know what I mean. Let's see. Cody Card just subscribed. Cody, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see, I get that little corner right there. I think oh no, I missed. There we go. Now let's check out this one. Benji says, Liquid IV works well, however, it's expensive. Yes, it is. No, so the one I found, you know, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it comes in a big pouch. But it's like all, like I say, it's basically just pulverized fruits is essentially all it is. So it gives you that kind of nice little flavoring without all the additional like chemicals and all that stuff. So I'd have to get up and, you know, walk away from here to be able to tell you exactly what it is, but it's good stuff. It's pretty legit. Cody says, you're welcome, sir. Thank you, Cody. Greatly appreciate it. And I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. We're just rocking and rolling here on Oak Bridge, trying to get as much work as we possibly can done. And as soon as we get to harvesting all that barley, we're going to have here in the next couple of months, we're going to get some chickens and start getting some eggs and all that stuff. I tell you what, I'm actually highly considering, now that we're moving and we're actually going to a more kind of rural part of the state, highly considering getting some chickens. Wait a minute. Oh, I can't fertilize this one because it's not a field. Duh. What was I thinking? All right, we got one more. I'm actually gonna have enough. I was seriously doubting that I wasn't gonna have enough fertilizer. Oof. Ooh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, I meant to go to another scene and not do that on camera. I apologize. I think I hit the mute button on accident. But all right, so let's get this over. Yeah, let's get this over to the other field. I'll catch up with the chat because I see it's moving. Yeah, there's the field. There it is. All right. So we got Taco says, but eating the fruit gives you all the fibers as well. Never sell for powders and substitute. No, that's a good point. That is a good point there, Taco. I agree with you. Rusty, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. It says Rusty Money Raid. Ooh, very cool. Thank you very much, Rusty. I appreciate it. JC Farms, howdy y'all. Hope you're having a fantastic one as well. Taco says hey to Rusty. Dust Bunny, how's it going, Dust Bunny? Hope you're having a great one. Rusty Raid. Rusty also says BDD Gaming Rusty Raid. And we got Benji with Rusty Raid. And hello, Miss Dust Bunny. Awesome. Well, thank you all so very much for stopping in. Hope you all are having a fantastic day so far. Oh, man. We're getting closer. We're getting so close. About a week and a half away. And then we're moving. Like I keep saying, we're going to take that little hiatus. We're going to take about a week or so off from the channel to be able to get moved in and get everything all situated. But once we're moved in, once we're situated, oh, man, be on the lookout. We are going to hit the channel hard. Going to hit it hard. Going to be scheduling as many of the farm sim talks as we can. I've got several people in the wings waiting. Hopefully we're going to be able to get them on board or not even hopefully get them on board. They are on board, just need to get them like finalized and scheduled. So yeah, I got several people who are, very much interested in doing it. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to getting back to the farm sim talks. I was loving just hanging out with everyone and listening to the stories, and being able to just kind of learn a bit more about a lot of these individuals. And yeah, no, I'm just excited. I'm just excited to get. Oh, hey, sunshine. Hey, come on, back up. Sorry, my big hound dog, for some reason, she is obsessed with this small little dog bed. This little itty bitty dog bed that she cannot fit in. She cannot fit in it whatsoever. You know what? No, I can't. No, I can't turn it. I forgot I locked it. Darn it. I was going to turn the camera to show you, but you know what? Ooh, I might be... Hold on. Let me do this. I might be able to take a picture. And I'll show you just how ridiculous this dog is. Very, very cute, but she is weird. She is very, very weird. So let me go to this. Now here, let me... So you can see she cannot fit in this dog bed at all. But occasionally she will get up and she'll like paw at it to like move it to certain parts of the room. So she decides she wants to be a little bit closer to me. And yeah, that's what she does. She cannot fit in this thing, and she curls herself into a tight ball. She's got a massive bed. I've got a dog bed from my dad when he had his Saint Bernard before he passed. So it's a massive bed. She refuses to lay on it, and it's not like it's a cheap bed. It's a giant orthopedic, like it's a really, really nice bed. She refuses. She absolutely refuses. That's the one she wants, is that bed right there. And wants it so much that she will literally come over and kick out the little guy who we got it for. We got it for him. And she just comes over and she like paws at it until he just gets upset and he's like fine and just walks away. So that's her in a nutshell. She's a bully and she's goofy. But anyways, yeah, no, it's funny. Looking forward to this move. Looking forward to getting back to like the full-time, full-time stuff. What I'm really looking forward to is I'm putting a lot of thought into how I'm setting up the new recording space in the new house. And the way I've got it kind of planned out in my head is that it's going to make doing the farm sim talks, the streams, it's going to make all that stuff so much easier and more convenient, because I'm going to have both my laptop and my television all right there in the same area. Whoa! Looking at the sky, that's not good. I need a crash counter. One of these days, I'm going to take the probably 2 minutes it's going to take to make a crash counter, just so it's going to be like, boop, there we go, there's another one. Boop, there we go, there's another one. One of these days, it's going to happen. So I need to take all this fertilizer back to the shop there, put it back on the pallets. And then I think we're gonna do the wrapping. I think we're gonna do that bale wrapping for 30 grand. I think we'll be able to rip through it real quick with the Chris S. Riley S. stuff. So let's see, because it's 12 o'clock right now. Yeah, we might be on for a little while longer. And you know what? I think I'm going to try my first raid. Now, I know there's ways to do it like within YouTube. I've yet to figure out how to do it. I've looked and I've poked and prodded to try and figure things out, and it just doesn't add up. Like nothing I tried adds up for it. So, oh man. I was hoping I'd be able to pick that up. For some reason I can't. That's all right. Let's return. But for some reason, the like it just doesn't make any sense when I try and do like the actual in YouTube functionality. So I think after everything's all said and done, I'm actually going to see if anybody's streaming at the time for Farm Sim and see if I can actually, you know, send some people some love, because people like Rusty and whatnot. You know, there's been Driver 53. There's been so many people who've come over and shown so much love and kindness to the channel here that I want to kind of, you know, pay it forward as well. So let's go ahead. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. And boop. Nice. All right, let's return that because I don't need that one anymore. Because I should just buy another one and just leave it over here. I don't need to do it right now. All right, so... Oh, hey, we got more contracts. Okay. Yep, we're going to do it. And... oh, that's what I want. I want... Lizard Colossus. This thing because it's absolutely nuts. We'll make this massive contract go relatively quickly. Alright, let's zoom in. Alright, let's catch up with the chat. I think we're at... Okay, Dust Bunny says, hello, Taco, Mr. BDD, Mr. Charles, Benji, and Alvin. Also got, and hello to Mr. JC. We got Rusty saying, hello, JC Farms, Taco, DeGroot, Dust Bunny, and CS Benji, and all. Ken says, what up, Rusty? Taco says, hello, Dust Bunny. Rusty says, hello to Ken. Dust Bunny says, hello to Ken. We got Ken says, G. We got Taco saying, dogs are funny, funny idiots, and this is why we love them. That's it, 100% exactly. I absolutely love these dogs. Like I said, I literally just spent $500 on the little guy down here at my feet this morning. You know, they're amazing. They're amazing animals, and she's just silly. She's just one of the goofiest dogs I've ever owned, because, like I said, she would much rather have that little itty bitty bed than this massive one that's right behind me. And like I said, it's meant for a Saint Bernard. This thing is huge. I could lay on this thing behind me. Nope. And it's actually relatively comfortable. I've sat down on the thing. Before. Sorry, there was a noise outside that caught my attention. That's also going to be a thing of the past. You know, in the new place, is I'm further out in the country, so there's not going to be a bunch of road noise and traffic and all that stuff. So that's going to be really nice. Let's see, we got Dust Bunny says she is so precious, sweet baby girl. Oh, she is. She's a little sweetheart too. What's funny is she's a talker. She is an absolute talker. She is a hound through and through. And she's one of those where she lets you know when she's not happy with something. Whatever it may be, she will let you know it, and she gives you the business. So I was mentioning earlier in how the little guy here, you know, he's fighting off some colitis at the moment. And yesterday he didn't want to eat. So after the events of this morning, as I mentioned, took him to the vet. The vet, said, okay, not a big deal. His levels are looking fine for his blood work and all that stuff. We're not concerned, blah, blah, blah. Well, tonight I went to go feed them, and he starts doing his normal, Jack routine. Jack will sit there and just start jumping up and down, up and down, up and down, about hip height, and it's just constant, like boing, boing. It's so funny because my daughter, if I feed them, when they're getting ready for bed, he starts jumping up and down, and my daughter will sit there and just start freaking out laughing because she thinks it's hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. So it's one of those where I will I'll feed them and whatnot, and he's just going nuts. Well, he started doing it again tonight because he's feeling better, and I go to feed them and all that stuff, but she will sit there and just start barking and howling and woofing, and yeah, she is absolutely the talker of the group. Let's see. Okay, I know where I'm going. Things are happening. But then she'll sit there and whine. Like, her thing is she whines when she wants something. And it could be even like nothing's wrong or nothing that she wants in particular. She just sits there and whines. If she just wants attention, she'll just stand there and just start and just start whining, like incessantly whining. And then if you pay her attention, like if you actually like bend down to pet her or whatnot, then it gets even worse. Because then she's like, she knows that she can get you at that point. It's like, uh-oh, you done messed up. You touched me. So now I'm gonna sit there and ramp it up because I know it works. Let's see. Let's open that. Close that. Boop. All right. Let's see how this thing works. Boom. Ooh, turn on auto drop. This thing is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Chris and Riley S. This is his. Oh, there's a wee. This is hysterical. Oh my goodness. Just absolutely hysterical. I love it. Oh my goodness. It shouldn't be this entertaining. Like this legit, oops. It should not be this much fun, but just seeing it just oh, better hurry. Oh. Oh my goodness. I love it. It's so stupid, but man, is it so cool. I love it. Chris and Riley S., y'all did a fantastic. Whoa, we missed one. We missed it. Back up. Oh my goodness. I love it. And what I mean by it's so stupid that I'm this entertained by this. 40 miles an hour, just... Oh my goodness. Whoa! Whee! Oh, it shouldn't be this fun. Like, Farming Simulator, yeah, it's fun. Like, don't get me wrong. I have a blast playing this game and whatnot. Whether I'm playing, like, really goofy or I'm playing, like, legit. Like, however my playing style is for that specific, point in time. Oh, hey, yeah, get back over here. But no matter how I play it, it's just so much fun. Like, I cannot recommend this game any harder to anybody out there. If you haven't tried it, try this game. It's so much fun. And really, even if you're not like necessarily entertained by this, it's such a relaxing game too. That's honestly what I love the most about it, is that it's a game where you can actually just kind of kick back, turn your brain off, and enjoy it. It's not like competition. It's not something you're going to get all stressed out about and bent out of shape. Oh, hey, oh, ee, ooh, ting, tang, walla, bang, bang. All right, here, let's check out the chat just real quick. Let's see. I think I left off with Ken saying hey to Dust Bunny. So we got Rusty says, follow these steps on separate device, BDD. Dust Bunny, did you mean Mr. Why Not? Because I swear you said why not. No, I think it was Whatnot is what I was referring to earlier. Or no, yeah, or Whatnot. Okay, I misread it. Yes, I said Whatnot. Rusty says, go to the customization live and click pencil to edit live. But you said I had to do this on a separate device. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so hold on. We're gonna figure this out in real time. Click the pencil. Okay, clicking the pencil. And then Dust Bunny says, please tell Mrs. BDD hello for me. I absolutely will. I actually said it the other day to her, and she was like, oh, how's she doing? And she's like all happy, and it's like, oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. Rusty says, scroll down to redirect checkbox and for the redirect and search for people live. Save, done, all ready to go. Okay, so hold on. Customize. Redirect. Oh, I see. Okay. So I'll do that before I think I do that beforehand. So that, okay. Save, done, and ready to go. Let's see. We got Pippa says hi to Dust Bunny. Dust Bunny says hi to Pippa. And how have you been? She said, good, thanks. Good to hear. How are you doing today, Dust Bunny? Dust Bunny says, I'm hanging in there. Thanks for asking. Dust Bunny says, I'll be lurking and stream hopping. Take care, everyone, and please hit the like button. Well, thank you for stopping by, Dust Bunny. You have a fantastic rest of your day. You take care, and we'll see you again next time. JC Farr says, later, Dust Bunny. Dust Bunny says, the wave. And Samuel says, hey, BDD, good morning at Florida. Good morning, Samuel. Welcome back. Thank you for stopping back in. Let's see. Let's keep on going with this. Oh, man. But again, thank you, Rusty. I really appreciate you coming by and doing the raid. Always helps out an absolute ton. Oh, man. Like I said, I shouldn't be this entertained by this. Like this... Oh, drifting with the big tractor and doing bales. Oh, hey, bale hopping. Bob and weave. See, I want to know what that kind of chain rattle noise is. Like, what part of this device is actually, like, making that specific noise? I wish I would have gotten different colored wrapping rather than the black. The black, it's impossible to see which bales are done unless you're right on top of them. Like that one there. That one needs to be done. Now see, even with the ridiculously fast wrapper, I'm not going to be able to get these ones in this row. Not at full speed, at least. Oh, this is nuts. I want to know how somebody thought, like, hey, how about we do this? How about we make a bale wrapper that goes Mach 20? I mean, that thing is spinning so fast that if this was reality, like if this was a real device, this thing would generate lift like a helicopter. How funny would that be? You're just... the whole tail end of the device is just taking off. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're almost done. Now watch, I missed one bale somewhere, and it's not going to complete. I'm going to have to go through and find what lone silly bale didn't get done. Oh, good. I saw as it was lowering, it got to 99%. I'm like, no, don't tell me I was actually, like, for... I literally predicted it. Like, don't tell me that. Awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of this ridiculous thing. Sorry, I thought I may have bought it on accident. Let's see. Rusty says, just set it before you end and redirect will pop up in the chat when you end. Oh, nice. Let's see. Samuel says, new address, P.O. Box. So, yes, I will be doing a new P.O. Box. I just don't have it yet. So it's one of those that will be established. I just going to have to actually go to the USPS and have them set up in the new location. So it's going to be what it is. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. Nah, let's go ahead and skip. Let's go ahead and skip. No, that's awesome, Rusty. Thank you for letting me know about that, because I've literally looked at that like probably a dozen times by now, and I always wanted to try and set it up before the stream kind of thing. But then I'm like, well, wait, what if this person, because it only shows you who's recording at the moment, at least as far as I'm aware. So it was one of those like, well, what happens is like if they're not recording by the time I get there, like that. It never made sense to me to kind of do it. So it's like, no, that makes so much more sense to like redirect like midstream, like while you're ending kind of thing. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna give it a whirl, because it's something that if I can help somebody like you, like Driver 53, like there's been several, and I unfortunately am spacing on the others. But if I could help somebody out, you know, in any small way, then that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. So if anybody and everybody is on board, when everything's all kind of said and done, and I'm getting ready to wrap up here, we're gonna take a look. We're gonna see. And we will do a BDD's first official raid. Alright, so let's go ahead and just stop right there. Nope, wrong. Let's go, nope, click, visit this. Whoa, dog, chill out. Let's see, see, Rusty says correct and says, you're welcome, BDD. It's bedtime here. Been up since 4:30 a.m. and I'm spent for the day. Yeah, 4:30. Yeah, I don't blame you. You've been up for almost 24 hours. Go to bed. Go to bed. But I appreciate you stopping by, Rusty. I appreciate the raid. You have yourself a fantastic night. You take care. We'll see you again next time. Take care, bud. Samuel says, hey, BDD, look at my channel. All right, bud. Absolutely will. Let's see. I'll skip ahead. All right, now what do we got going on for today? We got a $36,000 hoeing contract, a 33 and a 50. Ooh, okay. We got the money. Let's see. So let's do this. Ooh, we got a mowing contract. A itty bitty one. Itty bitty. Let's do this. Let's do the hoeing contract and the fertilizing contract. All right. Benji says, take care to Rusty. Ken says, sleep well, Rusty. Absolutely, Samuel. Definitely check that out. Let's see. Okay, cool. Oh, cool. It does have the little wing deflectors. You know, one thing I ought to consider doing is instead of just buying the pallets and all that stuff, like the big bags and all that stuff, I ought to consider just installing one of those, because I do own this property up here. I think it's over here. Containers, tools? Is it tools? I think it is tools. No, it's containers. I'm dumb. Fieldwork fill station. See, I could do one of these. I don't want the free ones. I want to pay for it. I don't want to. Husbandry fill station. Liquids fill station. Bulk fill station. And then there's like the multi-fruit, like the big Mamma Jamma. Nah. No, let's do this. Let's just do the fieldwork fill station like this. Like there. Yeah. Why not? All right, let's get this worker up and running. You know what? We are going to be winding down here after these sets of contracts, so let's just get them there. Whoa. Patchy. Oh no. Does that mean that my fields have been damaged? Oh no. Wait a minute. Are my fields grown in? Hey, we got weeds! I can actually see what's going on. Isn't that awesome? We've been going all evening here with empty fields with no weeds in them. So every time I do a hoeing contract, it's like, okay, what am I hoeing? There's nothing here. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's see. So, okay, got this up and running, so that's good. Okay. So yes, that's doing what I wanted to. Oops. So now I should be able to go and actually fill this up right over there. Oh, hey. Oh, are you for real? Aha! Now connect. And boop. Alright, so now if we go over solid fert, bam. Woo! 18,100. So wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Load up your implements. 30% discount for buying bulk. Bought a bit too much, sell it back right away. Okay, so this is a sell station too. Oh, okay. So it says it's a 30% discount, but that doesn't seem to be a discount. That actually doesn't seem to be a discount at all. Solid fertilizer. Buy point. $2,015 per 1,000 liters. But, hold on now. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah, look at that. 1,000 liters at $1,900. It's actually more expensive here for the fertilizer. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. Huh. Oh no, that was field 30. Okay, nope, we're okay. We're okay. I had to think about it for a second there because I'm like, wait a minute. Earlier in the stream, field 30 didn't recognize that there was a field there, so I couldn't hire a worker. But I, for some reason, thought that the field I was going to, 25, was field 30. But we're good. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. It's like that dog in the fire drinking the coffee saying, this is fine. This is fine. Except there's no fire here, so this is legitimately fine. We are starting to get some barley growing. So what? We're in no, we're in May. January, February, March, April, May, June. The barley gets harvested next month. The barley gets harvested next month. Yay! Cool. So wait, that means that next live stream, Reaver and Jonah, their little plan comes to action. Because apparently they're telling me that it's something to do with my fields and that I have to be either harvesting them or it was after harvest. Can you all clarify, Reaver and Jonah, clarify, is it specifically after I harvest my field or is it something else? No, wait. Is that my... That is mine. Okay, that's where I needed to turn. There we go. Yes. Uh-oh. Hey, Fido. Can you go home? Go. Okay. Well, he's just gonna lollygag around. Anyways. Samuel says, hey BDD, is your next live stream soon? So like I mentioned before, I don't have like a set schedule when it comes to streams and whatnot. So the way that my kind of schedule, my framework kind of works out is I kind of do things in steps. So let's just use like the Let's Play / Role Play series as our starting point. So I start with that. If there's no maps or anything like that that needs released or needs toured or anything like that, updates and the like, what I do after that is then I will move on to the live streams. And the only thing that kind of disrupts those kind of intermittent changes are the map tours and updates. So I'll just bounce between, the roleplay, let's play / live streams, going one to the next. And like I said, once we kind of get back up and running after the move and all that, then we're going to be going back into doing the farm sim talk. We're going to be, going into all that stuff as well. The only thing that I have that's pre-established, like 100% is locked in, is Sunday nights. That's Agribusiness Tonight with Will T. So that's the only thing that's like set in stone, does not move, kind of thing. But yeah, everything else, if a map gets released, if it's brand new, new to Mod Hub and all that, then that's taking priority. Same thing with the updates, which will always push around the other two that I mentioned, the live streams and the Let's Play / Roleplay. Jonas says, I can't wait for it too after Harvest. Gotcha. Okay. And then Provincial Le Gralaus? Ooh, I apologize. I've definitely butchered your name. I apologize for that. It says, comfy room. It is a very comfy room. Yes, it is a very comfy room. Samuel says, hey Jonah, look at my channel. Absolutely. Let's see. All right. So we got that one rocking and rolling. Let's go ahead. And do that. Wait a minute. It just dawned on me. I have that one mod. No, that's only selling. Never mind. Ooh, man, but Solid Fertilizer's at its peak right now at $3,800. I need to sell. Where's that at? The fill station, the one I literally just installed. Why is it so expensive? I'm not going to use that as a sell point. I won't use that as a sell point. No. No, what I will do is I'll use mine as the kind of selling off point. There we go. Alright, so now let's go ahead and rock and roll over to this other field. Let's do this. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna boogie over because this one's right next to the other one that I'm currently working in. Let's get that up and running. We got the hoeing contract that's at 10% right now. Yeah, 10%. And like I said, I think we're gonna wrap things up after these 3 contracts for the evening, and then we're going to take Rusty's advice and we're going to redirect or raid. And yeah, we're going to do the very first BDD raid. I hope that you all will hang in there with me for the end of this, to where we can all kind of go and help somebody out who's streaming some farm sim content at the moment. So we'll take a look. We shall see. There we go. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. What's funny is I know how to get around in this map. I don't know why I keep bringing up the big map. It's not like I don't know where I'm going. Oh, and now my dog is dreaming. She's chasing rabbits. Like I said, goofy dog. Oh, let's see. I think the entrance, yep, is right there. Swing out a little wide. There we go. Samuel says, at 60 subscribers and 10 videos for 370 Very nice, Samuel. Congratulations. Benji says, there you go, Samuel. You got another sub. Awesome. That's awesome, Samuel. Congratulations. Keep it up, bud. Let's see. so at this point, nope, I'm pressing the wrong button. Okay, there we go. Then, okay. So that's going to be doing its thing like so. Are you going to... Oh. Okay. Okay, so it's just lining up. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so what I need to look into now is my fertilizer factory, which was... That's it right there. Visit. 9,000 liters. So that's going to be a good chunk of money. That's going to be what, like 27 grand and change? Yeah. That's exactly what it's going to be. So we need... And we need a trailer. You know what? Let's buy a trailer. Let's actually buy a trailer. 12,000 liters for this little guy. Meh. We could do one of these. Oh, is this the one with the auger? This is the one with the auger. But do I have to use the auger? I don't remember. You know what? 6 grand for what? 10,000 liters? Yeah, we'll buy it. We'll go ahead and get it. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, so we're going to go and grab the fertilizer. We're going to take it over to the exports while they're all working. And that'll at bare minimum, I mean, I'll get more than what we paid for the trailer just in the fertilizer. So that's cool. Oh, and that's something else I got to do too, is I got to bring straw over to the cows. I want them to start producing manure. Yes. Because then I can take the manure and the slurry over to the fertilizer production and make more fertilizer quicker. Quicker, stronger, faster, harder. Okay. So I think... Yep, there's my trailer. Now, out of curiosity, do I have to unload it with the auger? Probably. I don't. Oh, that's amazing. But I can unfold it and I can use the auger. Oh, that's brilliant. I love this mod. Whoever made it, you're a genius. Thank you so much. So you can use it as a normal, like, quote-unquote tipper, but you can also use it with an auger as well. That's amazing. Cool. Let's see. So, yeah, we're going to take this over. This is all said and done. Like, we're good with this wagon for a while. 10,000 liters. It's not huge. Actually, let me see something real quick. Does it have a rear pin? It does have a rear pin. I can daisy chain these. Ooh. Okay. We can make a little chain. A chain of auger wagons. Nice. Nice. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, think then, think then, think then. Bob and weave. Whee! Nice. I don't know how we missed them. The problem with this map is the signs are immovable. So you can't just, like, blast right through them. And I wanted to at least try and sneak my way through the sign so I didn't have to, like, wait. Oh, my goodness. What am I thinking? Oof. Ooh. Come on, get... Don't you moo at me. Alright, here we go. Dump. Perfect. Look at that. That's awesome. And then get turned around like so. Okay. So now the exports, if I remember right. Okay, yep, I remember where they're at. We need to go this way. Then we need to follow this all the way out towards the biogas plant. This is a cool little trailer. I like this little trailer. So yeah, this one trailer load should be like 27 grand. I mean, it's nothing to sneeze at for certain. I'm glad I looked at the calendar to see when or to see Solid Fertilizer, just to kind of double check something, and just so happened I realized, oh hey, there's like, we're at the peak. Sell, 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 sell. I feel like I'm on Wall Street. Sell high, buy low. I don't know. Things are happening. I'm trying to just do stuff. All right. Does handle surprisingly well. I would have figured for such a small trailer it would have been like just whipping around behind me and just being dragged around everywhere, but it's actually hanging in there. I like it. I like it. And then this away. And now that away. You saw I went around that corner at like 30 plus miles an hour and it hung in there. Oh, no, that's not where I gotta go. Turn around, turn around. Oh, now it broke. Oh, not really. Not bad. Oh, no, that's cool. And now I should be able to... Alright, well, it ought to be going out the auger, but I'll take it. Yeah, look at that. 23,000 plus the 4,000 I had. So yeah, my math was mathing. Awesome. Let's see what the chat's saying so far. Jonah says, what type of sub is it? Ham, turkey? Benji says, yep. Samuel says, goal is to reach 70 to 100 subs. That's awesome, man. Yeah, keep it up. Keep up the hard work. Jonah says, oh, that's a new one. Donut sub. Sounds like a really... Yeah, it does. We got Samuel says, hey, BD is going to sleep at 4. Oh, yeah, I'm going to sleep here before too much longer. Ken says, nope, she's chasing rabbits, maybe chasing alligators. Snakes. No, I don't let my dogs chase alligators. You know what? I may be Florida man, and regardless of what the stories you've heard, not every Florida man is Florida man. So just there are differences between Florida men. Just throwing that one out there. And for those who don't understand what I'm saying, it's very widely known that Florida man is a crazy man, as denoted by a lot of the Florida man articles that have been written. If you go into Google and type in just Florida man, you will see like all sorts of like crime reports and just all sorts of like random, like really ridiculous nonsense. It's actually rather hilarious if you ever want to go check some things out sometimes. Hilarious and sad at the same time. But yeah, you'll see some doozies. But the thing is that Florida has very lax laws in regards to concealment of crimes that people have been convicted of. So once somebody's convicted of crime, it's very easy to look up who they are, what their crime was, and all that stuff. So you see tons and tons of articles about these most outlandish like crimes ever committed here in the state of Florida. And yeah, it always starts out by Florida man did X or Florida man did Y, and just all sorts of crazy stuff ensues. Oh my goodness, that one snuck up on me. Can I maybe do something like this? Oh yeah, look at that. Like I'm a professional. Alright. So that's gonna be chugging away. How's this looking? And Jonah with the 1, 2, 3. Oh wow, look at that. Alright, so we're on the outer perimeter on this other one here. Oh. They're chasing each other. Massive fields. Absolutely massive. Benji, come on, man. Jonah does not need help. Jonah doesn't need any help with his 1, 2, 3s. Jonah can handle it all by himself. We don't need to encourage his bad behavior. Oh my goodness. Alright, so that's chugging along. See? I told you he could handle it. Oh my goodness. Hilarious. Let's see, let's do this. Alright, so at this point, if I finish this out, I'm going to cut this off, Now, this is where I'm going to run the final experiment on what I think is happening. Because, again, I think you are getting paid back for the remainder. It's just not showing you properly under the contract. Because, I mean, I don't know why it's not, but it isn't. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's getting there. Ooh, you know what I might do? Oh, that's using the old noodle. When I'm done with this contract, I'm just going to run across the street to the other field and start doing the outer headland. Get it done that much quicker. I mean, I got 2 sets of equipment. They're doing the same job. Yeah, why wouldn't I do that? And go. Yeah, because I can just have him on the outer headland first. He'll just... And then he ought to start working on... Yeah. Okay. Almost done. Keep an eye on it. Come on. Big money, big money. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop. There we go. Cool. Alright, now... let's go down here. I wonder if I can just ram right through the hedges. And... wha-bam. Perfect. Okay, turn this on. And headlands. Yes! Alright, so as long as I start with the actual headland, then the workers should be able to avoid each other. Here's hoping. And... come on. Come on. You can do it. Yes! There we go. Perfect. So that's going to chug along real quick. And don't I have another hoeing contract? Oh, I can't collect. Darn it. I do. It's a pretty big one, too. We're going to skip that one. All right. Let's see. We got Pippa saying Jonah's funny. I agree. Funny guy. Funny guy. We got Biggles says, hello from Ireland, BDD and chat. Biggles, hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Hope everything in Ireland is going amazing for you. Let's see. So we are... wait, what? Okay. I was about to say, has anybody else had that issue where, like, the maps and stuff don't necessarily update? Like, you kind of have to flicker through every little, like, every once in a while to get it to actually update and show properly. I've had that here lately, where it seems like it's happening more and more, where the map itself is just not updating. Excuse me. Where it's just not updating properly. So once we get the fertilizing done, that's when we're going to be able to run that experiment. I'm really curious as to whether or not we are indeed getting paid back. I'm pretty sure we are. I'm almost positive that we're getting the payback. It's just not showing the actual thing in the reimbursement. So this is what I'm talking about. This here where it says contract reward, reimbursement, least cost, and missing crop. That reimbursement always says 0. I've never not seen it say 0. But we should get paid $21,208 after the leasing costs and all that stuff. But when I return this equipment, if I have a significant amount of fertilizer left, I'll get significantly more than $21,208. So we're going to experiment. We're going to see if that is indeed working the way that I think it's working. And we kind of saw it with the seeds from the planter earlier, but This ought to be a more dramatic shift in payment. Here's hoping. Oh yeah, that's just chugging away. Oh yeah, very nice. Now see, this is why I love the new worker system, is that you can literally just set them and not set and forget. I mean, oftentimes you kind of have to intervene and stuff like that. But what I mean is you can have one of them working like the up downs, and then you can have the other one working the headlands, and just kind of, you know, working as a unit rather than, you know, kind of a hodgepodge of things. I don't know. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but I hope you all understand what I'm saying. It is getting pretty late here. It is 1 o'clock in the morning now. So it is, yeah, if I'm starting to ramble or not starting to make a little less sense than normal, which, I mean, let's face it, it's me, so I'm not making a bunch of sense a lot, but, but at the end of the day, I hope we all can understand each other. So once we get this done, we got to finish the hoeing contract, and then I gotta remember to hit that redirect, like whiskey, wow, like Rusty was saying. Let's see. Ken says, welcome to Biggles. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Let's see. Okay, then. But yeah, I'm thinking that after next month, because I think that's when we'll be able to actually harvest this next month. If I planted in September, then I should be able to pull it out in June. What is the... Yeah, right here. Ooh, is that the darkest color available? That might not be. Well, we'll find out next stream. Because then if I can harvest, then we finally get to figure out what Jonah and Reaver had planned. We finally get to figure out the surprise. I don't know about anybody else, but it's driving me nuts. I want to know. I gots to know. What is going on with this worker? Okay, yeah, look at that. We're finishing this off pretty quick. Nice. Yeah, we finished this last little chunk here. Really helped with two workers. I love it. I love it. Jonah says, nothing like editing a video at 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh man, that is a very common occurrence for for this guy. I know you're talking about your channel there, Jonah, but no, I tell you what, I'm editing all hours of the night. All hours of the night. 97%. Oh, we're so close. There we go. Let's just make this quicker. All right, 98. Come on, 99. Ooh, we're so close. We're so close. Oh, 99. 99. Woo. All right, cool. We're going to get there. We're gonna... Yes! There we go. All right, now experiment time. So we got the fertilizing contracts. First one, $33,124. That's what we ought to get minus the leasing costs. But we collect $40,268. It's selling off the remainder, and it's just not telling us. Again, 21,208, 29,000. It's 100%. That has to be confirmed. It has to be confirmed. Like, that alone was an extra $8,000 by itself. And it would make sense that it's just buying back the fertilizer and it's just kind of going from there. It's just not telling you that it's doing it. Let's see. Ken says, I have that problem all the time, BDD. Maps not updating. Okay, cool. So it's not just me. Samuel says, I'm out. Good night. Great night, BDD, and everyone. See you soon. Next live stream. Later, y'all. All right, Samuel, you have yourself a fantastic rest of your night. You take care again. We'll see you again next time. Thanks a lot for coming back. See ya. All right, so we are at 66%. Do I dare, like, lease out a weeder just to try and make this quicker? Do I dare? Where am I? I'm here. Oof. Oof. That's still a lot of stuff to do. How much would it be? How much would it be? Yeah. So it won't... Once I get the equipment, I can just skip right over to it. Like, I don't have to drive on the roads and all that stuff. I'll be able to just get it done. All right, so let's boogie over. Let's pick up the tools. I tell you what, we got up to $219,000, not including this final contract. I mean, what's this contract worth? $36,000. Oh, phew. Minus $1,000 for a lease I just put in. Like, yeah, we're gonna be at like at least $250,000 when we sign out of here. That's gonna be all right. That's gonna be all right. Every little thing is gonna be all right. Okay. Boop. Okay. We're just gonna rip through real fast. That's something I meant to check. Oh, my fields are all patchy. Aw, that's a bummer. Oh well. Okay. Let's get the outer perimeter. We'll start with that. All right, there it goes. So hopefully we'll rip through this super fast, the rest of this. Let's see. Okay, cool. So that's taken off. Oops. Do. All right, yes, perfect. Yep, that's excellent. So now, when everything's all said and done, we'll be good to go. Like I said, for those who are sticking around for the raid afterwards, I really hope everyone does. I really hope that we can do this up real quick, because again, we're making channel history here tonight. We're gonna do it. And again, big shout out to Rusty for kind of explaining to me how and when exactly that's to be done. It made absolutely no sense to me, like trying to set it up before stream, because it shows everything that's live. For those who've never done this before or don't know what we're talking about, going over to somebody else's channel who's streaming to show them some farm sim love. So like setting it up before the stream even started, I didn't understand. It's like, well, that doesn't make sense. They're probably not going to be streaming when I'm on streaming. I'm not going to be streaming for several more hours, kind of thing. So what's the point of setting up a redirect if it doesn't capture the whole point of the thing, which is to see somebody while they're on? Anyways, so yeah. I'm hoping that you all will participate, at least go over and show some love for a little while, and see what we got going on here tonight. So, oh yeah, look at it go. Look at him go. Here, let's do this. There we go. Figure if I just manually take over, then we can just rip right through this super fast. We're not going to have to sit there and wait for them to readjust and do all that stuff. We'll just get it done. Get it done. And it'll save us a little bit of worker money too. Yeah, see, we're already up to 82%. So this is good. This is good. $83. All right. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is working out good. I'm glad I grabbed this second set of equipment. Let's see. So that's running. Oh, hey, let's turn that off. Wow, look at that. We got 1.6 million liters of silage, 1.4, almost 1.5 million liters of hay. That's awesome. Love it. Love it. Let's see. Bob Rob, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hi. So yeah, we're just going through. We're trying to finish up this contract here. Unfortunately, you're starting to catch the tail end of the stream, but hopefully we're going to be going over and rating another fellow farm sim YouTuber here very, very shortly, once this contract is complete. And we'll be figuring that out here very, very shortly. So, if you go... Oh yeah, look at that. 89%. Looking good. Bob Rob says, okay, nice. Yeah. Yep, very, very nice. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be the very first time we're going to raid somebody else's channel. So, here's hoping that it goes smooth, that everything that, kind of works the way that I hope it's going to work. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. Swoop and swoop. All right, nice. Oh, yeah. Looking good. Bob Rob says it's going to be fun. Yeah, I hope so. Like I said, it's going to be the very first time we've done it here on the channel, so really, really looking forward to it. As I mentioned, there's been several times where this channel has been raided, and want to return the love that has been sent my way. So, and I want to start doing that from now on as I do live streams, because I think it's a cool little thing to, you know, kind of introduce people to new, not even new, it doesn't even necessarily have to be new, but to other creators. You never know who you're going to find here on YouTube. There's so many different people out there. There's so many different styles and content and all that stuff. You never know when the next person you're going to find is going to be like the person that you really like to watch, kind of thing. So let's get spun around. Let's see. Jonah says, that's how I found you, BDD, is through a raid. Thank you, Driver53. Exactly. That's it exactly. You know, if it wasn't for Driver and doing the raid on this channel, then, yeah, people like Jonah, I mean, I got a couple of really good raids when I was a much smaller channel, and it's helped me out significantly. So I'm hoping that, you know, that I can return the favor, you know? And like I said, I want to be able to start paying it forward. I want to be able to start kind of like do what people did for me. It's what it all boils down to. What it all boils down to is, you know, some great kindness and generosity was sent my way, so I want to be able to do the same. All right, we're almost there. Oh, we're at 98%. Oh, the longest 98% ever. 99. Let's go, let's go. Yes, there we go. And let's, whoops, collecting the contract. 35 grand, perfect. And let's return that. All right. Well, there we go. Let's get this back, and then we're gonna do the raid. Let's go ahead and do, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This, that, save. Let's see. Bob Rob asks what plots of land I have. So I have quite a bit. I'm just going to chug right through these hedges. I will show you once I get over towards the farm and get this tractor parked. So I think I just saved. The only person I see on at the moment, at least from what it was showing me, was I think it was Farmer J. Is that who I saw? I think that's who it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who it was. All right. Well, we're here back at the farm. So, show you just real quick there, Bob Rob, the farmlands that I own. Whoops. There we go. So yeah, quite a bit. So the periphery areas are kind of the starting areas that you get right off the bat. But really the farmlands that I own are 5, 10, 36, 21, 19, 38, 39, 37, and 44. Awesome. So yeah, so like I said, let's do this. Let's do our very first official BDD raid. Now let me see if that came through properly, because I just saved it on the other screen. Let's see. So if I Let's see. Hold on. Let me find. So I wonder if I end the stream or. Okay, so the person that is Farmer J appears to be live. So Farmer J, you are going to be rated. Let's see. Let me see if. Jonah, never text and drive people. Yeah. Yep. That's it. That's it. Let's see. Let me just double check. Okay, I think. All right. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Like I said, I greatly appreciate everybody stopping by. I think I have to end the stream and then it gets like people who are still here get redirected. I hope that's what happens. But if that's not what happens, let's all head over to Farmer J is the person's name. It's part 2 of a 24-hour stream, Alma Farming Simulator 25, number 21 live. So let's head on over. I'll go ahead and end the stream here. I want to thank everybody who hung out with me here tonight. I had an absolute blast, as I always do. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, ooh, drop us a link. Yes, let's do that. Hold on. That's Jonah. You're good, you. Let's see. Yes, here we go. Right there. Let's see. And bam. All right. Like I said, I hope you all enjoyed it tonight, because I know I sure did. And if you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. That shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. We'll see you over on Farmer J. Take care.